everyone, and welcome to Friday Nightmares podcast. This very special bonus episode where we will be doing a commentary of the Oscar-winning movie Scream 3. Now, it will just not be Scott Crawford and I on tonight. We actually have guests. We have Adam Thomas and, oh my gosh, Thomas, what's your last name?
I'm like Cher. I have no last name.
Thomas. So I'll let them introduce themselves as well from Double Edge Double Bill, and I'll pass it over to you gentlemen. So Adam, why don't we start with you?
Well, what do you want?
Well, who you are and what you do, and maybe how you and Thomas got together for Double Edge Double Bill, a little bit of background.
Okay. Well, I'm Adam Thomas. I'm co-host of Double Edge Double Bill with my man Thomas Marinero there. And we've been recording our flagship show. Our next episode is our 2-year anniversary that we'll be recording. But we started podcasting together almost 4 years ago in total, if not about 4 years. Thomas was part of another sort of podcast group, and I asked if I could guest spot one time, and I kind of stuck around for a while, and then when he left to do his own thing, he asked me if I wanted to join him, and I did, and it's just been magic ever since.
Awesome.
That's our When Harry Met Sally origin story. We're on a
So Thomas, can you tell us what led you to wanting to do your own podcast and the concept of it?
As Adam mentioned, I've been a part of another show. I've been podcasting for about 5 years or so at that point. And then I just realized, I kind of want to have my own thing. And especially, we used to do mainly horror movies on there, which, no offense to this great horror podcast here, but I wanted to branch out and do some other things. And so our show doesn't just deal with horror movies. We also cover action, drama, comedy, all this other stuff. The wide breadth of cinema, as it were. And we like the idea for our show doing a good and a bad movie, just because there are plenty of good movie podcasts, plenty of bad movie podcasts. We kind of like covering the yin and yang kind of factor of it. And we've done that, as Adam mentioned, for nearly 2 years now. And we have, for example, an episode with Heather that would have recently popped up where our good movie in relation to long delayed sequels is Gremlins 2, and our bad movie is Independence Day Resurgence, just as an example.
Which was an awesome episode, but I think you guys also have some news of what you'll be coming down the pipe. I don't know, do you want to maybe just give us a sneak peek of what's coming up next for Double Edge Double Bill?
Well, as Adam kind of mentioned, we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary as we're recording this. I think by the time this commentary is released, we would have put out our 2-year anniversary episode. We would have announced the fact that we are opening a Patreon. Where, yes, for just $1 a month as of right now. Well, we may do more tiers as time goes on, but for just $1 a month, you get to vote in certain polls where you get to pick either the topics or the movies that we do. And each month we're releasing a bonus podcast of some sort. We're still experimenting with what we're going to do. I know the first episode that would have come out is a review that ties into our 2nd-year anniversary, where we talk about Zack Snyder's Watchmen, and then the bonus episode on Patreon will be about the HBO miniseries of Watchmen that came out last year, which I have seen, and as of this recording, Adam has not.
Oh, nice. Very exciting. I love the Watchmen movie. Love it. I am really excited for your guys' episode on that. You guys have such a polished podcast, and I really think you're very, very professional. And
yeah, I don't know how that happened when you have Adam on the show.
That's true. It's a little shocking.
Show.
And it's nice. And it's nice that you've given new podcasters like Scott Crawford his start in podcasting. That's nice that you guys did that as well.
I mean, I would Mackenzie and Orphan, just sir, can I please be on your podcast?
And I wouldn't call what he does podcasting.
Oh, you dirty son of a.
So, again, thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on to the show with us tonight and do this special commentary. So I guess we'll just start off with, and I'll get back to you, Scott, at the end. You can close your thoughts on Scream 3, but we'll start with Thomas. Thomas, what is your initial thoughts on Scream 3?
Well, I mean, I like the Scream franchise a lot. I think it was an early franchise for me in terms of kind of getting into horror and kind of influence my own kind of love of meta takes. I love the original Scream a lot. I think it's one of Wes Craven's better movies, obviously, considering that guy's career. That says a lot. And I have some enjoyment with all of the sequels, even with 3. I think it's my least favorite of the franchise. But I kind of was speaking about this before we started recording. I think there's certain things about this now upon this recent watch that make it at least a bit more prescient than people may give it credit for. as we'll talk about while the movie goes along. So it's my least favorite, but I think it deserves a bit more credit, especially considering Wes Craven, along with doing great movies, also did plenty of awful movies. I can name at least 5 other really worse Wes Craven movies than this one.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That should
I
be a
can-
trivia question that we come up with later on for a trivia show. if that ever
Name 5 bad Wes Craven.
Name 5. All right, which ones is it? And what about yourself, Adam? What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to try to put this as eloquently as possible. I fucking hate it. It's
Very,
like,
very classy.
oh man, I never connected with this movie. It's just torturous for me. I think it's just, oh, it's so just fucking garbage. It's Indian food in a dirty diaper. It's just, I really fucking hate this movie. A lot.
Well, I'm super excited to hear your negative comments throughout, and I know you'll be funny. So
There'll be
no
a lot
matter
of
what, we win.
I took negative notes.
Excellent.
Don't tell him he will be funny. He's not funny.
Mhm.
Don't
And
tell-
that-
Just like don't tell Scott he's your co-host.
Oh,
And
it's going down tonight.
finally,
Yes, you
Mr.
are.
Crawford, Mr. Crawford, would you like to give your thoughts?
Well, obviously, if you've heard our show, you know I tease Heather about this movie quite a bit. I am a big fan of the franchise. Like, I do love Scream 1 and 2 especially. 4 I enjoy. 3, just like everyone else pretty much said, is the one I just there's so much wrong with it that it bothers the hell out of me. And the runtime alone adding to that just makes it even worse. But at the same time, it's still one that I will every couple of years or so will revisit it. So it's been about a year since I've seen this again, so I'm kind of curious to see if my thoughts change this time or not. I don't think they will, but we will see.
Well, thank you for sharing and for being wrong.
Yeah, I know.
As Scott has mentioned, anyone that's listened to our podcast, I think even in our opening episode, I talked about my love for all the Scream movies, and I am a Wes Craven diehard, even his bad films. Thomas is quite correct. There are bad films out there, and yet I still love them. In my eyes, Wes Craven can do no wrong. So it is definitely a bias, and I have no problems admitting that. So let's see what the general public has said. So Scream 3 came out in 2000, and at the time it had a 39% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't always take Rotten Tomatoes opinions into consideration, but
I mean, especially considering any movie before like 2005 when it was in prominence, I would say it's a bit dubious as well.
Yeah, right. Like I find that they're much more fair now. But yeah. And then IMDb had a 5.6 rating out of 10. And the synopsis for the movie states, as bodies begin to drop around the set of Stab 3, a movie sequel based on the gruesome Woodsboro killings, Sydney and other survivors are once again drawn into the game of horror movie mayhem. And this was released on February 3rd, 2000 for the United States. It probably was the same for Canada. It had a budget of 40 million, but it did make over 161 million US. And we don't have the international numbers. And of course, all our big names are back. Miss Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, reprising their roles in this film. So, if you gentlemen are ready, we'll get the movie cued. Just let me know when you got it up and you're ready to go. So I guess when I say go, we'll go at their count of 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, here we go. So excited.
Calm yourself.
I have such fond memories. It probably is a lot of nostalgia because up to the first Scream, I was a big scaredy cat that was afraid of everything. And then Scream just took my horror V card. And then that was just how it was going forward.
I mean, I think it was like that for a lot of kids in the 90s because it was considering the horror genre wasn't that popular at the time. And Scream kind of was like the thing that made it a thing again.
See, thank you, Thomas.
Yeah.
I would agree, right?
Oh yeah, they definitely brought horror back into the limelight.
Yeah.
And I do.
Sabretooth looks classy as fuck.
I forgot that he played Sabretooth. He does look good though, doesn't he?
Most people forget he played Sabretooth.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I love Liev Schreiber though. He is such a good actor.
Yeah, he's
Usually.
And like, look at his. Usually, he's great in this. Look at that white suit he's wearing. How handsome is that?
That's 100% cotton.
And I like actually the idea of him being like an asshole sort of like a TV host at this point. I think it's a good evolution for his character. I actually like this opening sequence up until we get sort of like the biggest problem with the movie, as we'll discover a bit later to me. But yeah, I agree. I think we have, especially it's so weird that he's in only a shot of the first Scream. Like he only was in more and he just got mostly cut out.
Well, he's got a bigger part in part 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's
creepy
got a-
stalker in part 2, kind of.
Yeah, because he's wanting to do all the news scenes and all that stuff.
I dug him a lot in part 2. Like, I dig the character. I like the idea. Like Thomas said, I like he's like almost like a, Maury Povich sort of host now, or even Jerry Springer-ish. And yeah, I got no problem with this scene. This is actually the part of the movie, it was my favorite, but when he bites it, I'm like, God damn it, now we just got fucking David Arquette we got to follow again.
But I do have to say, this is my favorite. Like Thomas was saying, or Adam was saying, this is also like one of my favorite openings because this opening scene is really cool.
I love how it goes from like some hot chick to the Scream guy, and I know that's so like stereotypical. I realize that, but I eat it up like candy. And I love that it's filmed in Hollywood, and every opening sequence for any of the Scream movies, except for maybe the fourth one, I thought was really good. I prefer number 2 the most, but I like this one, as you guys were saying.
See, my favorite, honestly, sequel is 4. I think that one's aged incredibly well.
Well, it was only 2011, right? So that's also.
Well, no, I think that's the thing. It's still, despite it's almost 10 years now. I think, especially the Emma Roberts finale of that movie, where she just like destroys herself and the whole set. I think is one of my favorite Scream moments in general. I love that whole sequence in that movie.
I also love that too. See, great minds think alike.
Yeah, see, I actually have only seen Scream 4 once in theaters, and
Same here.
I would like to actually revisit it because I did enjoy it when I seen it in theater.
Now, I have been on the highway and fantasized of doing this kind of thing, like smashing people's cars and getting the fuck out.
That's probably not a good idea to do.
No. Well, it's Canada. We don't do that shit.
You don't have cars.
No, we don't have cars. We just have dog sleds that take us around everywhere. You guys know it.
He's driving the shit out of that big ass Bronco or whatever the fuck, though.
Yeah. He's like OJ.
Wow.
Sorry.
Except he's going to prevent a murder.
That's true.
I always enjoyed how she showered but didn't wash her hair. That was always my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's so dry.
She's like directly under the water too. Like
maybe she has one of those built-in hair dryers right above the shower, so while she's in there, she's just drying it at the same time.
Oh
What's interesting is like this and Scream 2 had so many problems of like, oh hey, things are changed on the fly on the set. And this actress wasn't originally like supposed to be that prominent. She was supposed to be like a corpse basically at the beginning.
Oh,
like
really?
Cotton's gonna discover her, and then they changed the lines where it's like, oh, you have to actually have like lines and stuff like that. And it was like on the day. Both this and Scream 2 had that all the time, which I think is what makes both those movies suffer. Like to be fair, like Scream 2 mostly had that with like the ending. This movie it's like throughout. Like
yes,
the production had so many examples.
Didn't she just dry off? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's like a hobbit with showers this time for second shower.
And I was like, now look at her feet are like soaking wet.
You're on hardwood floors, you're gonna slip.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Ghostface isn't gonna get her, so the hardwood is to
Right? Ghostface is going to slip when he chases after her.
Oh my god, we're such adults concerned about the water on the hardwood floor. Like that is such an adult.
Well, then it could be natural wood. You don't know. You don't want
Yeah, I
to
was going to say, it's going to stain it. And yeah, you don't want to.
Also, I have this on mute, but I believe the song playing on here is the first song is a Creed song, right? Which is which is not the best sign either.
No, that's really bad.
What are you talking about? Creed is like one of the best bands out there.
No, that's true.
I like
like they were on the H2O soundtrack, guys. Come on.
Oh,
I know.
yeah, that's great.
Run! Oh my god! Oh no!
That's what happens when your feet are wet. You slip.
Right? But she at least kicks him. You know what I'm saying? Like, she at least
No, I mean,
tries to fight back.
That's what I love
Ghostface
about
gets his
Ghostface.
ass whooped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in all these movies, like he's the clumsiest of the slashers, and that's
Oh,
what I love
he's
about
so
him.
pissed. He's like the Bruce Campbell, but of a villain.
I remember this scene really throwing me off. Now, you gotta remember, when this movie came out, I was 17. I remember being like, oh, that's so clever. He's using a voice changer.
And that's my biggest problem with the movie is the
Me
voice
too.
changer thing.
Me too.
I think that's a really dumb idea to like really get around the fact that it's like, oh, we can like imitate whoever's voice, but like also how does this technology work? Of like, how would you get the other people's voices when you've never met them before?
Yeah, dude. Like record
Yeah.
him off TV or what? I mean, what's
Well,
that?
I guess he
Oh,
could
he's
have
the-
recorded Cotton off a TV and all.
But he was also doing a cameo for the movie,
Right,
so he
yeah.
probably met him already. And
You just spoiled it, Adam. Jeez.
yeah. Oh, sorry. Jeez. Yeah. Should we have done a spoiler warning? There it
Yeah.
is. This movie fucking
you-
sucks.
The
Spoiler.
movie's 20 years old. If for some reason you have watching Scream 3 for the first time,
How
congratulations.
hot was that fucking shower? That bathroom was still full of steam when the door was open. Just dry your goddamn feet too.
Honey,
That's what he's
using the
mad about.
sauna filter.
Yeah, that's what he's mad about right now. That's why he's grabbing the fire poker. This is natural wood.
I told you before.
I don't have any Murphys. God damn it.
You know, they got a pretty nice house. I guess he's done pretty well after all that going to jail for shit he didn't do, right? Like,
Oh, dude, he probably got a massive payout. And
Well, I was
stuff.
gonna say-
He's probably sued.
I mean, he's living in Hollywood in a house like that, so he's got to be doing really well.
Oh yeah.
He's got that nice ribbed sweatshirt.
yeah, I know. It's kind of dressed overly warm for Los Angeles. Like, I would think.
Yeah,
you'd
why are
be
you wearing a
sweaty.
blazer over that? What the fuck?
Like,
Seems like you'd be pouring sweat.
Well, it's 85 and balmy out. Better get my jacket.
Well, I
with
mean,
my sweater.
it is cotton, so maybe he's just got to wear cotton all the time.
Straight,
I see what
so
you're saying.
breathable.
Branding.
Yeah, it's a brand thing. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
And this always cracks me up too. So this is all he's got to do, right? Right? Boom, open. Fucking Superman Ghostface gonna get that door open? Because he is basically Superman in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Well, he's going on all the anger. I
Oh,
love how she
that's what
comes
that-
at him with a golf club.
I'm a very angry person, and I can't do any of this stuff.
That's because you're too busy drinking on quarantine pages. You're drunk half the time. Of course,
Shit,
Adam.
I'm drinking right now.
Me too. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
I gotta post a video for Chad Hunt because he tagged me.
Oh, got her. Oh. That's another thing, too.
Oh no!
A lot of the fucking kills in this, like, especially the first couple, they're so cheesy.
Yeah,
Like, it's
and
just a
not enough
knife stab
blood.
and it's over.
Well, and that's because a big thing about this was the first Scream movie post Columbine, and the studio was apparently very nervous about they were originally saying like, oh, we can't have any on-screen violence,
Oh
and
wow.
Craven was like, we have to fucking do this. It's a Scream movie.
Yeah, then don't make it.
Like, look how well he kicks his ass here. Who could really have a bookshelf jumped on them and get back up like it was nothing?
So
Bruce
Shout out
all-
to the
Campbell.
stuntman who
Fucking
does that
Superman.
ragdoll thing.
Ooh, got him.
Oh man, I love this scene.
Uh,
Okay, I got a question. Did you guys think he actually knew where Cindy was? I don't think he did.
No.
Because
No, I don't think he
I
did.
think he would have sold her out. He would have been like, "Oh, the bitch is over there.
Yeah.
You can go get her."
Yeah, I legit think Dewey's the only one who does know where she is. Dewey
Yeah.
and her father.
And so, yeah, the thing is, I actually really like all the Sydney stuff. I think the biggest problem of this movie is because this was actually like a contractual thing for Nev Campbell didn't want to be in this movie that much. But I think all of the good stuff that I especially appreciate upon this watching this movie all relates to Sydney and her mother.
Yeah,
And I think all the interesting stuff is there, and it's definitely a problem of like she's a side character. She's like Beetlejuice in this movie, where it's like, oh, she's only in the movie like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's
I always forget that too. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh yeah, she's not really in it that much.
No.
true. Can we acknowledge the golden retriever though, and how beautiful that dog is? I feel like that dog deserves props.
If you guys don't know, Heather is a huge dog lover.
Yes, like a lot. Oh my God, who's a puppy? Yeah.
I am indeed a puppy. You are correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
I
think
think he can
either,
hear you.
Either I'm like a couple seconds ahead of you guys, or you guys are crazy. So
You're a couple seconds ahead of us
You're a couple
because
seconds ahead, yeah.
you brought up Liev Schreiber before I even seen him.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're all gonna get there, and it's all right. It's all good.
Oh no, I don't care.
No,
Adam's like, the sooner the movie ends, then.
I paused it for like a second, so maybe we're more in line. Who cares?
I think for Adam's punishment, he has to watch this again right after it's done.
You know, for someone with such crippling PTSD, this probably isn't a good job.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yeah.
Especially all of them related to phone-specific killings.
Right.
You're talking to strangers every day.
What the fuck is up with her bangs?
I was going to bring that up.
Hers too. What the? Oh my lord!
I'll say I don't know if I knew anybody with that style of bangs.
Nobody did. Nobody had that. Kids do when they cut their own fucking hair.
I'll say maybe quarantine haircuts now.
I love the like early 2000s fashion though. You see jeans everywhere in that freaking audience. Jean shirts, jean overalls, jean.
I mean, the Scream trilogy is worth it for just all the different outfits. And my favorite example of this is Skeet Ulrich in the original, but then specifically Luke Wilson doing the imitation of him in the movie within the movie.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Fucking frame of that movie.
Yeah, wasn't he wearing like a fishnet shirt or something like that? Looked all goth.
Yeah, and he's got the fucking Skeet Ulrich here, just like, Sydney, I don't know if I could do this.
I loved that.
It's so good.
Oh, look how
there's
beautiful his
Dempsey.
hair is.
Because yeah, how handsome is this fucking guy?
Oh man.
Nice and coiffed.
Didn't he just show up from Grey's Anatomy?
Uh-huh.
Well, this is pre-Grey's Anatomy.
Is this Grey's Anatomy? I didn't watch
I know that show's been
show.
on for 500 years, but
Yeah.
I believe this is pre.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I loved how this plot went in this film. I love it so much.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like to elaborate on what I was saying earlier, I think honestly, all the stuff about Maureen Prescott basically being like quite frankly, a Me Too victim, I think makes this movie far more prescient than I gave it credit for at the beginning. And I think especially with like Sydney is like it's a weird thing where it's a twist on Craven's usual thing about like sins of the parent, quote unquote. But in this case, it's not really that big of a sin. It's just like, she was horribly sexually victimized, and then later on she tried to like gain some kind of sexual authority, even though like mainly she's like cheating on her husband. But at the same time, she's like, victim actually taking charge of her sexuality, and then everyone hated her for it and completely put that on Sydney at the same time. I think all that stuff makes this much better than people give it credit for.
And I think
absolutely.
you're right. Seeing it now in those eyes, it's different, right?
Oh, and by the way, it's a Harvey
There,
Weinstein movie on that note.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it is. I remember not digging the Stab 3 concept and thinking another shitty sequel and not liking it. I love the concept of Stab in Scream 2. I did not, I liked it for the pouring of the story and to carry the plot along, but I found it, but I guess that's the point. Usually the third sequel is really shitty, as much as I say that I love this one. I guess that was kind of the point that they were trying to show.
I completely forgot Lance Henriksen is in this as well. Holy crap.
And he gives zero fucks.
Yeah.
He totally does.
I don't know. I've seen him give zero fucks.
that is very true.
I love the dude polishing the boat. Like, better make sure this boat looks good.
Yeah, I forgot. I see. When I rewatched this, I forgot she was in it too. Like, why is?
Oh yeah, Emily Mortimer.
Emily Mortimer, Jenny McCarthy.
Oh, there's.
Yeah, I forgot about Jenny McCarthy. Holy crap.
Wasn't this at her peak? Like, she was pretty popular, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I would say it's around there. Yeah, I love the fact that she complains later, I only have 2 scenes and then I get killed. And she literally only has 2 scenes in this movie and then gets killed.
Right.
Yeah. But the weirder thing is Emily Mortimer. I completely forgot she was in this movie.
How
it's
wild.
Just like great British actress Emily Mortimer.
And this guy went on to be in fucking Hatchet.
Right.
Yes, that's who. Oh my god, that's who it was. And not another teen movie.
Yep.
Yes.
Dion Cole. No,
Yeah,
that's not his
love
name.
that
Something
movie.
like that.
No, you fucking racist. That's Dion Cole.
No, his name's Dion something, or maybe his name was Dion.
Dion Richmond, I believe is his name.
Oh yeah, it makes me racist. Look at Bizarro Carmen Sandiego here.
Amazing.
And that comparison.
Oh God, that yellow suit. That is.
I mean, what the
hideous.
fuck is happening here?
She's gonna go meet up with her boyfriend, the man in the yellow hat, in a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Big Bird at?
Oh.
But immediately, we're getting to my favorite new character that's introduced in this movie, and just there she is, idol of the independent scene, Parker Posey.
Yes, Parker Posey. I love. She's almost always great in everything I've seen her in.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of hers now. I was not around this time, but this is like the only thing I had seen her in. So I was like, why is she acting like that? So I didn't really get the whole, like, this is kind of her shtick and stuff at this time.
A bit more of the campy vibe. And I also like the fact that she has like Invisalign braces.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No one talks about it, but I love that detail. When she's trying to straighten her teeth.
Yeah, and
Oh, look,
I
there's
think
the alien.
They always have these awkward meetings. Always.
Yeah, every movie.
Every movie, it's like, we broke up, but we're gonna get back together now.
Because that shit was happening in real life with them.
Yeah,
exactly.
probably.
Well, I'll say, didn't they get a divorce during part 4 or something like that?
No, it was right after part 4, I think.
Right
'cause
after,
this
okay.
is right before they got married. I'm sorry, David Arquette is like an alien, right? We can confirm that.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
not
pretty
a
much
joke,
is. Yeah,
right?
yeah, totally.
I thought it was after this movie they split up. No, you guys might be right. I don't know.
Oh no, they were weirdly married for like a decade, which still surprises me.
Right.
Dude, she doesn't even look the same anymore, Courtney Cox.
I
Not
haven't
that-
seen anything recent of her, so I have no idea what she looks like now.
Not that she looks great here. That fucking hair. What is going on with that
So
hair?
terrible.
That's a terrible haircut. It's like what they do to Charlize Theron in the Fast and Furious movies now.
It looks
It's
like a
with the
wig.
worst hair on.
Yeah, so true.
I'll say
It's
it looks like.
probably a wig. It's
Yeah, I'll say
probably
it has
a
to be a wig.
Because she doesn't have her friend's haircut.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And that show is still going on, and I think that's also one of Heather's favorite shows.
What show, sorry?
Friends.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be,
All-time
She'll be there
favorite show
for her.
right there. Yeah, I hate that show. I think that show went on way longer than it needed to be. Without the laugh track, it wouldn't have been a funny show. And I have no problem saying that. Not a funny show.
All damn hot takes. Glad it's off Netflix now.
Right.
She loves that show.
This dude playing the like in movie version of Dewey. I've seen him in a couple things, but the thing I know him most for in the sci-fi version of Dune, he plays Fade Routha. And he's absolutely fantastic in it.
I was like, 'cause he's not really that bad in this movie either.
But I mean, in that sci-fi Dune, he's hugely buff, and he's just a total badass.
Perhaps the
But-
only Scream 3 commentary where we reference the sci-fi version of Dune from 2000.
I'll try. I'll keep trying. Is William Hurt in this? Oh,
Rules are rules, Gil.
yeah.
His acting is so wooden, though, in this.
This completely look. This cameo right here ruins the movie.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
I hate this cameo so much.
Ruins it. It
Freaking
completely
Jay and
takes
Silent
all the
Bob.
credibility away from the movie. Completely.
Really?
Like, I mean-
You think it's
Yeah.
that impactful? I don't think
Yes,
it's
I
that
do. I
impactful.
Well,
really do.
I think it's systematic of the problem, though, that this one has. Given the Columbine stuff, they emphasize a lot more on sort of like the sillier satire,
Yes.
as opposed to
Yeah.
keeping the characters engaging. I think it's part of a big problem.
Right.
But also, then again, I prefer the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back Scream 4 thing.
Yes, me too.
Yes.
That's a much, with Chris Scream, like, everyone loves monkeys.
This
I
fucking
love how her
sucks.
dad tries to tell her it's not related to them. Cotton Weary just got murdered and sliced
Mhm.
and diced, and they're like, no,
No.
it's not
That
related.
has no relation at all.
You've been trying to been murdered how many times now? Come home.
Gosh, Sydney, it's not always about you.
Look, I gotta go.
This is-
I gotta go. My eyes are getting farther apart.
I gotta be Amanda Seyfried's father.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
It's the same actor, right? That
Yeah.
played
Yes.
the dad. Okay.
But see, this is part of what I like about this is like she's dealing with all this like sort of like systematic misogyny because she's like impacting it to her degree where she's like, oh, why did my mom cheat? Why'd you do all this other stuff? It's something like she shouldn't be angry about. And that's what the thing is like. If we had way more of this in the movie, I think it'd be a much more compelling thing than the stupid, silly stuff we're gonna get in a second. It's so totally all over the place.
Yeah, it's really all over the place, and that's why I just can't get into this one.
No one cares, Scott.
Oh,
Just kidding.
I care, Scott.
thank you, Adam.
One person cares. See, I
Mwah.
really liked this dream sequence thingy. I just
Oh, I can't stand it.
like
And,
it.
dude-
This was something I didn't like.
this lady playing Maureen. Forgive me, I don't know the actress who plays Maureen Prescott's name. She's hamming it up to like a level 12, dude. I understand it's supposed to be a dream sequence and maybe it's supposed to be a little weird, but it's so over the top. It's laughable.
It's a bit Evil Dead-y in the middle of a screen.
Yeah, look, literally,
Yeah.
what the
So
fuck?
is.
Oh my god, even her face.
I know. And then why is it come to mother? Why is that a thing in horror movies?
I know.
But
Right? She
Thomas,
looks
holy
so
crap,
bad.
this is an Evil Dead scene. My God.
It's so Evil Dead.
Did
Wow.
any of your guys' mom like say, "Hey, come see mother"? Did anybody do that?
No, no.
Okay, just making sure because this is like at least the third reference, 3 off the top of my head I can think of.
I think Psycho just put that in everybody's head. And
Yeah,
for like the
absolutely.
next 50 or so years, it's just been all mother complexes.
Yes, I.
The hand going down.
With a little bit of blood.
Got her.
I'm just waiting for her to pop
Jump
up.
scare.
Yeah, kiss.
Give me a kiss.
Ooga booga booga.
Now this is probably where I
Swallow your soul, swallow your soul, swallow your soul.
Yes. Why can't we do a commentary on that movie, Heather? Jeez.
Because we're gonna do Gremlins 2 next. That's why.
There's a lot of cardigans and overshirts in this movie.
There is a lot of
Nope.
cardigans.
That must have
That's
been
true.
a thing.
I think
It's
it was
that
in the early 2000s.
I mean, there was even the band called the Cardigans, so I mean, it just makes sense.
I don't know that the Cardigans, the band, influenced
It did.
fashion.
It absolutely did.
Oh, okay. I just forgot. Apparently.
Hi, production
Scott
team. Sorry I'm
doesn't
late. I
know
just
what
got done not vaccinating my children. How are you doing?
Right, hey, what's up?
Not vaccinating my children. She was a bombshell here, though, man. I got it. Like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Was this around the time that she was married to Jim Carrey, or was it?
No, this is
She was
way
never
before.
married. They were never
They,
married.
they dated, but this is
They
well
were
before.
weirdly together for a long time, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
well worth it. Yeah. I've spilled many a seed to her, my ladies. I'm sorry, that's derogatory, but still, I was like a 13.
Oh no, it's appropriate on this show. It's okay. We're all about that.
Yep,
That doesn't look like good work. That looks like a
Oh,
fucking.
that looks
like,
terrible. That looks terrible.
Is he shooting us too with the golden scissors?
I know, right?
I feel like if someone popped out with like a Rite Aid,
That's where Jordan Peele got the idea for the
the
gold.
scary man face. Like, whoa, what happened to your face?
Oh my god!
Oh,
What is
I love
that
the light in the
Right.
background. Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks like
that'd
something
be
I would have had in my bedroom.
yeah,
No,
I'll say that. That
it's
was
like
back in my
typical-
raving days, right there.
That's like evil scientist shit from the 20s.
That's the stuff you'd find at like Spencer's, and you'd go and get like black lights and be like, "All right, guys, let's take some drugs and have some
Oh,
fun."
yeah, dude. I had that
This,
shit.
this
I
was
had
the prop
strobe
light from
lights.
the Frankenstein porn parody I produced.
Spankenstein.
Oh, so was it the seduction of Miss Frankenstein?
No, Scott, take it easy, buddy.
I was gonna look it up, but man, dang it.
This is real smart.
Yes, let's tape it together.
Tapes it together.
Oh, crap, it didn't work.
Hey, that seems perfectly reasonable for the logic of a Jenny McCartney.
Yeah,
It's-
right. It's true.
Point.
It's Jenny McCarthy, by the way.
McCarthy, sorry.
Yeah, it's not
She
Paul
deserved the
McCartney. It's
TH.
like she's
She
really
didn't deserve the
Paul McCartney.
TH.
She
And how sad is it? She's just as ditzy in this as she is in basketball.
or she is in probably
Oh,
real
God.
life. Like this is
Yeah.
probably not her
That's
acting.
I was trying to give her a little credit.
Aw. Your
Her
hormones
kids-
were, but that's about it.
That's all
Oh,
right.
my
Her kids-
hormones could care less right now.
That's right. Her kids aren't going to live past 15. Uh,
They're probably not going to live past the summer. Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't think a lot of people are, Scott. And I think that's very, very derogatory and wrong of you to say.
Yeah, Scott.
So yeah, Scream 3, everybody. Isn't it just wonderful?
No production staff.
I love how
What a
her name is
horrible
Candy in this too. Candy.
Ah.
Sounds like a stripper.
That's
It'd be like
the whole
candy
point.
cane or candy apple.
I know.
Sexy. I want my name to be Candy. That's going to be my new name on the podcast, Candy.
You're gonna be the Canadian candy cane.
I've been called that.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually.
Hey, that's John Candy's title. You don't take that from him.
Oh,
How dare
he's
you.
ours. John Candy is Canadian. We do what we want. We
No,
are.
Look, I've seen a picture Canadian bacon. I'm aware he's Canadian, man.
You know, and you guys know Nev Campbell's Canadian.
Yeah, but we don't really care about her. You can have it.
That one I actually did not. Well, actually, I didn't know it until you told me after we first started talking.
You didn't know she was. Oh, her starting
I-
role was on a shitty TV series called Catwalk. And
Yeah,
I
but
used to think this voice was like the best. The Scream guy's voice. I
I
wish.
And you
Go
know
ahead.
the voice actor, what he would later go on to do, or I think around this time he was doing, was he's the voice of Mojo Jojo.
Yep. Yep, I did know that.
Powerpuff, yeah.
From Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, okay, nice.
I'm gonna gut you like a fish. Like, yeah,
Yes.
that
that's
was pretty
scary.
good. That was pretty good.
Well, you know, I
Adam,
didn't practice at all.
can you talk dirty to me like that in that voice?
Wash your ass.
Oh my god, I'm so happy right now.
I do like this idea of like all the Scream costumes,
Mm.
like all the Ghostface things, like her trying to hide behind that. I like that concept as a visual.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've seen it before, though, man. Like,
I'll say like My Bloody Valentine did something similar. It
So
reminded
did I still know what you did last summer.
yeah, but that, like, also there was an Argento movie that did it too. I forget what it was.
Well, I mean,
I'm not-
especially when you're like the whole thing is you're like in the artifice of Hollywood, and they would have so many of those available.
Sure.
perfect sense here. Like,
And I'm
there's
not
a
saying
better
that
version
Scream
of that
3 rips
later
anything
on
off, but,
in a- In my favorite sequence of the movie, they play a lot on that, which we'll get to.
Would they have that many Ghostface costumes?
Probably.
Like, realistically, is that okay?
For stunt people, for people actually wearing who are actors, all
if
this
they
other
rip
stuff.
them, blood.
If they- right.
Plus, you got to figure those
Plus-
probably aren't that expensive.
No, it's a cheap ass costume. That was the whole
Right.
point of the original. Was it just got off a shelf.
I bought that costume in the mask when I was
Yep,
so
did I.
16 for $70.
Yep.
You
I
and
had
everyone
mine.
else. Did you get the blood one with the heart?
oh,
I
I
did.
sure
I
did.
ran around my part-time job scaring people. It was great.
I think it was my costume for Halloween when I was like 14 or whatever for a
Yeah.
Halloween party.
You
I
was my
still
Halloween
remember-
costume last year. No, I'm just kidding.
I still remember seeing.
You're
that
wearing it right
blood-soaked-
now.
I still remember seeing the blood-soaked one when I was a little kid. And I'm like, that's the most hardcore costume ever. Blood fucking dripping out of the face.
And see, living in Michigan, it was like, yes, I get this awesome Scream outfit with this cape and all this. Oh, it's snowing. All right, put on a giant winter jacket with a hood to keep warm.
Yeah, we
This
wear, like,
works really
parka.
well.
See, you weren't hardcore enough. We would just put sweaters on and then put the costume on top, Scott.
Oh,
We weren't no bitches in Ontario.
I beg to differ.
Mhm. Her and her bad bangs, and they're having brunch. How random.
I mean, look at those bangs.
She wears the same kind of outfit over and over again. She only has one kind of style. It's the same looking shirt.
I think you're underrating the weirdness of the plastic hair that David Arquette is wearing. Like, it looks like it's like from a Woody doll. And you just put it on his fucking head.
Oh my god, it
It's
does.
real though, but it's real hair. It's
I know
so
that's the sadder
gel.
thing.
Yeah, I'll say that's the time, that's the era, all that wonderful gel. When I had hair, that's what I used to do.
And
Sure,
it's-
me too.
And
Oh,
it's
that was a
very
long
interesting
time ago.
also.
Oh, you
This
shush,
is-
Heather.
What's interesting is this is the winter before Scary Movie.
Was it really?
Yeah, because February this comes out, and then I believe it's July is when Scary Movie comes out.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
it
it
was summer
completely
release,
just like
yeah.
shifts. Yeah, the paradigm. Yeah.
I prefer him to be Deputy Dewey. Or
Doofy?
Doofy. Yeah, Doofy.
Yeah, dude.
We need Doofy in the Scream movies instead of.
No, we don't.
That would be amazing. I'm cleaning my robe.
Smell my finger. What is it? My ass.
Guys, we're missing some very important dialogue right now between Courtney
I
Cox
got this shit muted. Mine's muted with subtitles on.
Yeah, I got
I missed
subtitles on.
too.
You see, the thing is, despite how much we're dogging on either of them, I do like their chemistry. It's so weird that I think it like actually
Yeah.
works despite itself.
Yeah, it does work because they're
Yeah.
both weird, which is kind of like it fits.
Oh God, do you guys
So
remember?
you just said what? So you just said what Thomas said, but in different.
You know what,
just put their words.
Look,
in
we
the
gotta
wrong
fill up
order.
2 hours of time. He can repeat me. It's fine.
If you know me, I gotta ride everybody's coattails to popularity. Okay.
Mhm.
And you're litching your boat to Thomas Mariani.
I know wrong coattails, but
Jesus Christ.
I'll say I'm attached to Heather for one, and then Thomas for the other. I'm definitely not attaching to you, Am. That's no way.
That's
The
okay.
bodyguard was in. So the actress's bodyguard. I think we're going to see him shortly. I think he was in
Yeah.
a comedy with David Spade.
oh no, it's
Patrick
that's
Warburton.
Patrick Warburton, who's one of the
Okay.
great voice actors right now. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like one of the biggest voice actors out there right now.
Yeah,
I think
he's,
it's the same
Yeah.
year as like Emperor's New Groove, which kind of broke him out as a voice actor as Kronk.
Look
yeah.
at this chick's man. She looks like a heroin addict.
No, I love
He's
love her
Putty
look.
from
Yeah, Parker
Seinfeld.
Posey is just she always looks like that, which is just hilarious. I remember the first time I seen her was in Dazed and Confused.
Not Dazed and Confused. That's a good movie.
How many times do you think she's tried to murder Elizabeth Banks for stealing her cred?
Oh, probably so much.
Yeah,
That's
but Elizabeth
the
Banks.
one. Is her
you know,
trying to kill Elizabeth Banks?
At least Elizabeth Banks has kind of wrecked her own career at this point.
Yeah, that's true. I'll say because Elizabeth Banks really hasn't done much. I mean, she did Brightburn last
Well,
year.
that Charlie's Angels thing, and then her protesting it behind some bullshit.
Oh, I forgot about
It's
that.
because it's a female-led movie. No, it's just because it sucks and nobody wanted a Charlie's Angels reboot. Let's just be
Oh, I
honest.
love this that she goes into Patrick Warburton's arms.
I know,
love
right?
that. Just like hold me like a baby Patrick Warburton.
I would. I mean, I would because I want him to speak to me. Just like speak to me with your sexy voice.
Talk to me, Brock Simpson.
Yes.
So why does he go to his trailer? He's looking for evidence, right?
He
what
gets his gun.
Right.
Oh, right.
Thought you knew this movie, Heather. Jeez.
Stay strapped or get
Yes, I
taxed.
didn't remember why he went to the trailer. You're right, Scott. I did miss that one.
You're a fake fan.
Okay.
I love Patrick Warburton so much.
Oh, he's so
Yeah,
great. I
he-
love the sunglasses
is.
he has on. They don't fit his face, but that's fine.
And
Well,
this
his
is the
face
one
is
scene
huge.
he gets, and this is the one scene he gets to do anything, which is a
Yeah.
bummer.
Dewdrop. I like how he calls him Dewdrop.
Let me just get this straight to you, buddy.
One of my favorite, let's take us off. We're talking about Warburton. There was an episode of Family Guy when I used to actually watch it, where Stewie's got a gun to Brian's head. He's like, "Tell Joe he looks good today." He's like, "You look good today." He's like, "Oh, thanks, Brian. I really needed that." And he's like, "Now tell him, ha ha ha, I was just playing. Ha ha ha, I was just playing." Oh, well. Okay. He gets all
He
depressed.
gets super depressed and wheels away.
Yeah.
So this is fitting. I just got a message from one of our podcast supporters, and we were talking about Scream earlier, and he's like, "Yeah, Heather, I like 1, 4, and 2, but I didn't like Scream 3." And I think that's pretty
Wow.
fitting that we're watching it.
Who is it?
Eerie.
It was Herbert.
Oh, nice.
Herbert. Herbert's our
Oh,
buddy.
good old
Shout out
Herbert.
to Herbert if he's listening. Shout out to Herbert. Oh man, Patrick Dean, like look at that hair. And then is that Mark Ruffalo?
No, that is not Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, okay.
No,
But I've seen that guy
God.
before.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen him before. He looks almost like Patrick's, like Ben Stiller's stunt double. Like, that's my
Yeah,
favorite
kinda
of this
does.
whole movie.
He can't stop looking at her bangs.
I
Look
know.
at him. He can't
Like,
stop.
how did you get that haircut? What happened?
I need your help, but can you wear a hat?
I really love Roman. I think he's a great character.
I like some of the ideas about the character. I just hate Scott Foley.
Oh, I fucking hate Scott Foley
I
so
don't hate
much.
Scott Foley. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I like him during this stuff right here. Like, but when he
That's
The-
true.
the
He
reveal.
seems accurately like a film student asshole director.
Yeah.
I just don't
Came out
like
of it. I
him.
agree with that.
I don't like. He's like screen poison. Anything he's in bombs.
Oh my god! Now that I see that guy clearly, I don't know why I thought he was Mark Ruffalo. I don't know.
I don't know, but he is
Yeah. Yeah, it's
He's
more like Ben Stiller. Holy crap.
Wow, Mark
Look at him,
Ruffalo.
though.
He's
He's a
had a rough
fucking-
go.
He's a fucking mouth breather, that guy.
He does look like a mouth either.
Oh my gosh.
God, like before and after. Those two standing next to each other. Like there was a car wreck.
Have you guys ever been on a movie set? Has anyone actually seen if they look like this? Like, I've never.
They don't
been.
look like this.
Okay.
I've never been, but you don't walk around. Like, I love backlots in movies where there's people in aliens costumes and gladiator costumes walking around everywhere. That doesn't fucking happen.
Now, the only set I've ever been on was like an independent set, and I was helping with like getting like the
Fluffing. You were fluffing.
set. Yes.
Same
Well,
and
I'm
same.
good at that. But no, I was like, it was nothing like this at all. I mean, obviously independent, but we were filming on different scenes, and he had a setup, and it was an experience. I'll just say that much.
Well, I've only been like near sets because we get a lot of movies filmed in Canada, right? So we'll see real sets, but they're like out in public kind of thing. So I just wondered what it was like enclosed. But yeah, I think you're right, Adam. It's probably just a fantasy that people walk around.
Oh, sure.
God,
You're not going to walk around and see
No,
Batman.
no. Every set is like Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where they're all.
I like how you used Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That was like the best reference. That was
That's
awesome.
like the ultimate example of that, though. When I was a kid, I'm just like, this is how movies are made.
Yeah.
See,
It's
I
like
always
Godzilla right next to a World War II epic.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
see for me, I would refer to Ernest Saves Christmas when he's on the set of that horror movie
Right.
when he's going to find Santa Claus.
Mhm.
I like
That's what
Thomas's reference better.
Oh.
You went with redneck Pee-wee. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Jim Varney is God.
Mhm.
I love how she always looks the same though in all these movies. As much as I love Neve Campbell, she has the same face throughout this entire film.
Yeah, she really does.
Which is just like she looks relatively the same. She hasn't aged that much.
No.
Even now she looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen one of my friends got a picture with her, and yeah, she looks exactly the same.
Last time I saw her and anything, she played The Rock's wife in that Skyscraper movie.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Yeah, that's not very good.
Yeah.
It's not very
You
good.
don't say, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh, trivia. This house was actually owned by the director of Grease.
Oh, nice.
Now tell me you looked that up on IMDb, or did you just pull that right out of your asshole? Like, did you know that?
No, I don't have a bunch of notes in front of me right now. No. No, I do not.
No, seriously. I
You
learned
spent
it.
all day preparing for this podcast.
I learned it in Grease Camp.
Grease camp? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to find out what that is.
A camp about
My
the movie
minor is in Greaseology.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, they do nothing with any of these characters. Like
I
you
like
don't-
how she's such the good girl, right? Emily Mortimer, or is it
Well,
Mortimer?
which I think was
Yeah,
you're
Emily
right. Emily
Mortimer.
Mortimer. She was supposed to apparently be the accomplice for the killer originally.
Yes.
And see, that's how I always thought when I first watched this. I figured
Right,
she would be
But
involved.
then they ended
They
the
were
fuck
like
up,
sleeping together and stuff like that. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like a yeah. Yeah, no, instead you get thumb ring here and anything else going on. What the fuck is this?
I love Posey's outfits.
What a terrible
They're-
I
part.
know, right? Oh,
They're
they're
so
over the
rock
top.
star. They're like rock star right there.
This is an awful party, by the way.
Like I forgot how like this movie was really condensed into some of those places. There wasn't that many sets.
No, not really. Yeah.
No, like, and then we show up with the red leather pants. Yeah.
Yep, and the sweater.
I know
and
everyone's
the
dressed
sweater.
really warm for LA.
It's Hollywood. He's wearing his coat indoors.
Yeah. Well,
What
the
is
air
that?
conditioning's on really high, so.
Oh,
Maybe it had to do with the weird factor of like all these Scream movies came out in December, or except in this one February. But even then, it's like the colder months, which is so weird. Like I didn't find that until recently that the first Scream came out like the week before Christmas in '96.
Yeah, I remember
So-
actually going. I remember going to see Scream 2 on Christmas Day with my cousin,
Yeah.
and I actually am afraid to say, but I ended up falling asleep in the middle of that movie, like because I was just so exhausted and like.
Oh god.
What,
I love how
exhausted 'cause
terrible
you
her
stayed up for
headshot
Santa
is.
all night? I don't understand what you were exhausted from, Scott.
you look how terrible her what is, her headshot?
Yeah, her headshot looks so bad.
That's great.
Oh yeah.
So poorly
What-
photoshopped early 2000s.
I know, and what are the odds that it's in the exact same pose and location?
Yeah.
As we'll find out later.
You love how his name is Dewdrop. I love that nickname.
This is-
look who I found slinking around the yard.
High
Good
five.
old Patrick Warburton.
Yeah,
How
high
dare
five.
try and murder Cusco or Peter?
You gotta imagine all these other people were probably like, "Oh my God, David Arquette, Courtney Cox," because they would have been the big stars, right? Like
Oh yeah, they were huge right
to
here.
work
Especially
with them, they
Cox,
were
yeah.
probably like
Yeah.
shitting their pants and like, "This is my chance," right?
And
Oh,
then-
of course.
And then looking back at the cast now, you're like, holy crap, there were a lot of like famous people in this movie.
You gotta
Yeah.
start somewhere.
I mean, there is, but not a lot of them really went anywhere other than like Emily Mortimer. I'd argue she's had a pretty good like, British film, European film, indie film career. She's actually really good.
Yeah, I was saying she was also in 30 Rock for like 1 or 2 seasons.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of recognizable people. I think there's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
people
yeah,
that you're
for
like,
sure.
"Oh, they were in this or they did that there," right? And they've done well enough for themselves. If you
Yeah.
can name off 2 or 3 things someone's been in, that's a pretty good start.
Masters of the Universe, Scream, and Friends. There you go, Courtney Cox.
Well, Courtney Cox was also in Cougars. That was a pretty
Yeah,
successful
no,
television
no,
show,
no,
right?
shit. I don't
Yeah,
really
but
like
well, it
that.
was popular.
She was also in Dancing in the Dark, the Bruce Springsteen video. So,
That's true.
what do you guys know about that?
Well,
Let's see.
there you go. Look at this, the trivia.
I learned that in Bruce Springsteen camp.
Oh, your
Was
mind
it-
is mixology. Got it.
Was it Sleepaway Camp where his sister was a counselor?
Yeah, this thing that we're talking about, the fucking double headshots look exactly the same angle. It's so dumb.
So
I remember
stupid.
thinking this was like amazing when I was 17, being like, "Oh
This is
my
like
God,
usual suspect shit.
yes! Oh my God, this makes so much more sense." I was a very simple child. To
No, but
please
we're
clear.
we're getting to the stupidest thing in the movie.
Yeah, back in Guatemala. This came out like snot dewdrop.
I love this scene. I love it so much. When he's giving him lip and shit, it's great.
Because it's actually the killer.
That, well, thriller.
Oh, spoiler, dude! I didn't know that. Jeez.
People kill people in these Scream movies. God damn it, ruined, ruined.
I'm sorry, Thomas. We didn't mean to bring you onto this movie. We're like, I know you're not a big slasher fan.
Not
But
at
I
all.
just realized you are right, Thomas. There is not a lot of blood in this movie.
No, yeah.
No.
You're 100% right. I never really noticed it as much till.
I just saw some blood, so
Yeah, but it's
Come
not
on
the
here,
same
guys.
amount, though.
Like
Not-
if you
There's
compare
no
it, especially to if you compare it to like the Skeet Ulrich Matthew Lillard
for
thing
sure.
at the end of the first Scream, they're like
Yeah.
covered in drenched.
Yeah, they are drenched.
Jaded
Yeah.
Pinkett in that opening scene in Scream 2.
Yes, that too.
I mean, that's pretty intense.
but it's especially Skeet Ulrich is corn syrup mostly.
This makes me actually want to go back and watch those movies, but too bad we're doing that challenge where we're only trying to watch new movies.
Oh, you
Like
think?
Scream 3.
We do
Clearly.
Yes.
commentaries for the rest of the Scream series. I'd be fine with that.
I'd be down with that, but then we also got to do commentary for Gremlins 1 and 2.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
not,
them both.
I'm
now.
not rewatching Gremlins too. Come on, fucking Jesus Christ.
I could watch that every single day.
Oh,
I'm
no, not
sure
Patrick.
you
That's
did.
well,
Oh,
Not Patrick,
no.
no.
Patrick, no.
Hey guys.
No.
Ugh.
It's like my self implant. It's so bad.
Oh, it's so painful.
Sorry guys.
I was roaming, guys.
I was roaming. Is he dead? What a stupid line.
Yeah. All right, pay attention to that pulse thing because that's going to come back later in another stupid bit.
It makes no sense.
No, it's going to come up in a bit. But yeah, all right. But this whole sequence, I really do not enjoy at all.
I thought it was
It's-
supposed to be more comedy, though.
No, that's the problem. Is that I think it goes into like silly slapstick almost territory. This feels like an Abbott and Costello bit in the middle of like a Scream movie.
Yeah. Oh, let's run back inside. Oh, wait, now I gotta do this.
Why are we going back inside and then going out just for the stupid fax bit?
Hold on, a fax machine, guys. Can you imagine someone watching this now that's like 16 and be like, what the fuck is a fax machine? Like, who would know what that is nowadays?
Also, that's the one thing that dates these Scream movies is like the
Right.
technology they always use in the films.
Fax machine.
I don't know. That fucking voice machine he's got's pretty high goddamn tech.
I know.
Right? Yeah, that's about the only thing.
45.
Right, exactly.
And I love how they're reading the script as it goes.
The Tyrell Corporation's gonna make it.
I agree. This was not a good scene. You know what? I can. Now the view, though, I would love that house, but
This voice changer sponsored by Pan Am, which still exists in our timeline.
All right, okay, so wait a second now. Wait a second here. So this fucking asshole can't read
Yeah.
without any more light than they all normally had. Good thing he knew that Zippo was right next to the, blown out pilot light.
Oh, I know,
Right?
right?
Oh,
Oh no.
But yeah, this
Where
is
it
the
smells the
stupidest
gas.
kill in any of
Oh,
these
it's the
Oh
movies.
my
worst.
god,
It's
it
the
is bad.
worst.
And look how bad it blows up. Oh, come
Well,
on.
right, but also this is completely counterproductive to the Scream franchise, which is like it works because they're very simple, quick, like off-guard
Stabs.
kills, not a fucking elaborate explosion.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
and then
so-
no one even notices besides them.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
I
no
mean,
cops on
It's
the
just
scene. Nobody
explosion
shows
in the
up.
Hollywood Hills. Like no one's gonna
Right.
notice that at all.
Yeah, no one's gonna pay attention to that at
The
all.
Dewey's about to discharge fucking 5.44 Magnum rounds. Nobody hears that either.
That explosion, though, that probably was like a huge chunk of their budget right there.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
I assume.
Whoa.
Well, where's he gonna go? Who's he gonna choose?
Which, by the way, thank God for Roman that everyone shoots him in the fucking chest in this movie.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, until we make a point of it later, we point out about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so bad. So he rolled into the cut. How did he get away from this?
Yeah, like how did he like even with like a protective vest or whatever he had on, like he would still be on the ground in pain.
He rolled under the car and rolled away that fast, and was able to pull a picture out and leave it.
There's-
Like, all right.
There's a dimensional portal underneath that car.
Right,
You didn't know?
Yeah.
His cape,
It's the novelization for Scream 3.
He's cape fearing it, hanging onto the bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
Just make sure you don't hit any bumps on the road.
I was gonna say they're gonna get in the car and sing Gilbert and Sullivan as they just destroy them underneath the fucking car.
Some of the
Love
lines in
you.
this are
Richard,
really
I-
painful, though.
I love you. What?
Some of the lines in this are really painful. Like, I'm just reading
Oh.
the captions, and I'm like, oh my god, really?
Some of the lines.
Oh, God, here.
Well, an important thing is this is the first one not written by Kevin Williamson. This was written by
Weird.
Aaron Kruger, who would later go on to write several Transformers movies and the recent Dumbo.
And you can totally tell.
Explains it.
Not a dialogue heavy sort of screenwriter
Gentlemen, though.
or gentleman. I don't know. I've never spoken to him, but it's so funny.
And see, this
B.
would
Kruger.
have made more sense for like the actual reveal that she's in on it,
Yeah.
as to why she was like all
Well,
the
they
way.
set it up like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, I thought it was her. Like when I first seen this for the first time, I swore she was somehow
Oh my
involved.
God, he just looked under the car. Wait a
Oh
second.
yeah.
A second glance from my periffs behind this tire.
Another picture.
Another
Can we?
dick.
I want to see like the ghost face glove just put it underneath. Like, oh shit! Let me make sure he discovers this.
Okay. Real quick. So he just flipped over the picture. You'd have to rewind it, and nobody wants to. So look at the words "I killed her" on the wall, right?
Yeah.
It's a completely different text and handwriting than the
Yes.
ones on the picture.
You're right.
So who the fuck wrote that one?
Put that one in the IMDb goofs, sir. Yes.
Do you
Someone
mean-
got fired for that blunder.
Excuse me, that's a blunder.
Guys, I'm
Oh.
missing Patrick Dempsey's hair. Can you just calm down a little
Oh,
bit? I
go
need
ahead.
to
Yeah,
watch
look
his
at it.
hair in this
Sure,
scene.
she needs silence. She's getting a little excited over there. She needs the
And
silence.
his
Yeah,
cheekbones.
and the
apparently
bangs.
he was the one that got the most shuffled with apparently his role. So where there were so many different points where it's like, oh, he's going to be an accomplice, he's going to get murdered, but he ends up
Right.
getting sprayed. Like they apparently shot 3 different versions of the ending where he was either in the hand thing or he wasn't there, or he was like, hey, come on, and he's perfectly fine.
Well, they
Wow.
half allude sometimes that he is the killer, then they just take it away completely, and then they do it again, and they take it away. And you just do something with it then.
This one is the worst about red herrings. Like I like in the
Yes.
Scream franchise how they usually tend to do red herrings because it feels a bit more like the characters are consistent. And this movie's an infamous example of like none of the red herrings feel like that consistent. They all scream, "I'm a murderer." Basically.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And none of them like are well earned at all.
You know what, Scott? No one needs your negativity here. in
No,
this
he's right. No,
situation.
he's 100% right.
I'll say everybody else can like point out things, but as soon as I do, geez.
That's
So
different.
is
They're
Nick-
our guests, and I'm going to be nice to them.
Is McDreamy like trying to bang her? That's kind of what
Oh
I
yeah,
got.
he's totally
Yeah.
trying to bang her.
Yeah, but then it like doesn't go anywhere.
Sydney, yay! And she's still wearing her necklace from her boyfriend, from the one that she murdered indirectly.
Jerry O'Connell.
Oh yeah.
Or Jerry
Poor-
O'Connell.
Yeah, I'll say poor Jerry O'Connell.
He's like, I would never hurt you, and she's like, I'm so
He'll always be the fat kid from Stand By Me. There's nothing he can ever do to get away from that role.
It's true.
I don't know. I loved him as the
guy in Kangaroo Jack. Yeah, I bet.
No, the Girls Gone Wild asshole from Piranha.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
He is probably that's my favorite performance of his. He's such an awful dick in that.
What about the television series? Wasn't he in? What was it called?
Sliders.
I'm like Time Leap. I'm just making up names. TV.
Time Leap.
Time Leap.
No, that's the Scott Bakula show. Time Jumper.
Quantum Leap is what you're thinking, Heather.
Time Gallop.
God.
Time Gallop. That's the Western spinoff.
Yeah, Clock Skip. Clock
Skip.
Yeah.
I do love how they're friends, and Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell always have this awkward meeting in every single movie, and they get nicer and nicer to each other as each.
Their weird family dynamic is the most consistent thing about all four movies, honestly. Like I really dig their weird kind of like found family thing.
I see. You're speaking my language.
Don't encourage her, Thomas.
And these two look pretty good for all the shit they've been through. They only got a couple of cuts. She's all done up pretty nice. His hair's still perfectly gelled.
I mean, if they cut him anymore, though, they're going to expose like that's a disguise for his alien self.
Well, I'll say that's probably why he's been so like he doesn't have too many cuts because that hair is so like heavily gelled. It's like a helmet.
Hey, wonder... Kiss me deadly, man, yeah.
Did Nev Campbell not want to be in this movie?
Yeah,
she
contractually made it so she will only be in like 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, because I heard originally like they were thinking about killing her off in this movie because she didn't want to be involved in it.
Well, she came back. She was in a lot of the fourth.
Yeah. I'll say it's, but she wasn't doing crap during that time, so she probably needed the money.
Sorry, I fell asleep real quick. I kind of wanted her.
Well, maybe you shouldn't drink so much, Adam, and you wouldn't be passing out by 8:30.
It's not that; it's this goddamn movie. I wanted her to be the killer in this one.
That would have been great.
I have so many problems with that. That would make this movie.
If she went crazy, the movie sucks already. So why not just go balls to the wall with it?
I honestly, there's stuff, especially with her character. She's like the rock that I think makes this not intolerable to me. And I think we're getting also to my favorite bit of the movie here because she's getting on the set.
Towards the end of this movie, I have two movie theater stories that happened watching this movie that I need to share during this podcast. It's my chance.
Okay, no, here's another problem. Okay, so
yes,
the whole
Randy's sister,
who we totally know from all the other movies, right?
And I love that the cop. She's like, "Don't shoot! I'm only 17." That stops them.
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, well,
well, clearly."
You're young. We won't kill you.
Right, well, you're a minor.
And we are going to give you a video clip of your favorite character from Scream.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the way they shoot.
I don't agree with this at all. I think this was stupid.
I mean, I love Randy. He was like my favorite part of part 1 and 2.
Is it because you saw yourself in Randy?
Oh, absolutely.
Geeky.
Yeah, geeky, huge horror movie nerd. Just
not able to read social cues.
Was that? What was that, Heather?
Nothing, Scott. Nothing. Anyway, you were saying how you saw yourself in Randy.
Big ass penis.
Yeah, but this whole thing, it feels like it's such a like comment on the whole factor that like he was killed off immediately unceremoniously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, commit to that bit. Don't have him suddenly be like, "Oh, I have like a fucking whole thing about trilogies." All of a sudden.
Yeah, it's just like I knew this was gonna happen, so I had to do a trilogy video just to like be in part 3.
And more importantly, all the trilogy rules here don't seem that valid for like trilogies in general
at all.
Like you cite a couple examples, but it doesn't like this is where it feels the most forced to me because even like Scream 2 had the fun sequel jokes as opposed to this.
Yeah, it's literally rules. It's rules that he made up for this movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, whoa! Like no other movie does this.
How even like comments like there was an earlier thing with Dewey where you like responded to what Dewey was saying basically beyond the grave and all that shit.
I hate that bit, and they use that a lot in just this movie. They use it all the time. Fucking what's it called? Book of Henry. Oh god.
We covered on a previous episode.
Oh god.
Let's do that in a commentary.
Oh, we should.
We can. This might be a new thing that we do. Commentaries.
That's for our Patreon.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
That's right. People will pay you guys to hear us talk. If that happens, I am down with that shit.
I don't know. Do you want to? Oh God.
They were
Book of
quite-
Henry needs a commentary.
No, we need to do
Shit.
all the Scream films. That's the only way I'm signing up.
Well, I'll say you have to have both of us on, so that way there's me and Adam that can just kind of counterbalance the love.
No, Thomas just is factual. He's straight to the point. Thomas is fair.
I've been very like middle. I have very mixed feelings about this one. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, so I know you don't love it, but you actually make good points too, which is great.
Hey, look,
Yes,
Jamie
we
Kennedy
making those
needed work.
points.
Okay,
What was that, Heather?
Jamie Kennedy needed work. I saw him in a movie recently, and I didn't know it was him until
Tremors 5.
his name came up. Oh no, it was worse than that. It was.
Oh, wasn't it Blood
Trick.
Beach?
No,
I
Trick.
don't know. Hey, oh, that's right. He wasn't Trick. Yeah.
He was in Trick, and I was like, "That's Jamie Kennedy." Oh shit.
Yeah, he looks. I seen him in that Blood Beach or whatever it was, or wasn't or Sand in the Blood, or
Sand one, the sand.
yeah, where it was
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Apparently, you fuckers need to do a Jamie Kennedy episode. Good lord.
No, clearly we love Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, we're doing
Can't wait
Val.
for that Malibu's Most Wanted commentary.
Yes,
Friday Night Kennedy.
that like a mother fricker.
I remember loving her outfit in this, and I still do. I'm so stuck in like the early 2000s.
I mean, of the outfits, this is the least offensive one. I will give you that.
It's like
Like,
she's
I
gonna
love
go.
dark
She's gonna
denim.
go sing a Natalie Imbruglia cover show after this.
That's good.
Can we get more Jamie Kennedy now? Because I'm done with this.
Oh,
we are
this-
going to get, but we are going to get to the best cameo of the movie.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Thomas, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. I really hope
No,
you
I
are.
like this cameo, and it's part of the
Fuck.
thing that like it's part of the thematics I've been talking about
Oh,
about
fuck.
people who've been like casting couch and all this bullshit.
Yeah. I get it now, but I still hate it. Because I think I hate everything around it so much that
I
even
know, I
anything
get it.
that would be good, I'd be like, yeah, no, it's stupid.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
this
You're
looks
just a
like-
negative Nelly Adam. That's
Yeah, that's
in
fine.
this situation, right?
Adam is my blood brother right here.
There needed to be more of this dynamic. I like the two of them together.
I was
They're
gonna just
great.
bring that up because yeah, they're very comical together and like they work really well together.
I almost want like the buddy cop movie between these two.
Yes.
This movie, though, is a little too long. I will give it that. It could have been an hour and a half. They really pumped this full of stuff that was unnecessary.
I mean, all
Oh,
these
yeah.
movies, then they have that problem though that they're a bit too long. They're all like near 2 hours or so.
Like, the movie really wasn't good. Oh, I love this
Hey.
cameo.
Yes.
Why are you so negative? Why are you a hater, Adam?
That's my God-given right as an American. You wouldn't know anything
I
about
completely
that.
forgot. I
And,
com-
and she
We
she
got no
apparently
right
helped rewrite
Canada.
this cameo as well.
yeah, say I completely forgot Carrie Fisher was in this. Holy crap.
Man, you are just spot on for this commentary. I don't remember any of it.
Fuck off.
I'd ask you not to edit that out, but we know that's not going to happen anyways.
Oh my god.
You know, she looks pretty good here. I gotta say, like, she looked kind of rough towards the end there, but she looks okay here.
Carrie Fisher, yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
She looks good. $50. Fuck. Even I know that doesn't buy shit in America.
Might buy shit in Canada with the American 50.
Yeah, it would. American 50, we'd be taking that shit. You better believe it. That's like gold here.
Pay your fucking
I love
mortgage.
the way she takes off her ring.
Yeah.
Ugh, the most dramatic way.
It's probably a fake fucking ring, too.
Probably. That's what I like about it. She's
Like,
just
it's
so
worth
really-
$2,000. She got it from the dollar store.
I know every face here, man. I'll tell you, they just don't even try to. It's just I mean, the worst detective could solve this case.
It's so true.
This could have been the board game Clue, and they would have figured it out quicker.
That is the problem. Is like what I like about the other Scream movies as well is that they are pretty solid mysteries.
Mhm.
Especially the first one is like actually. I think the second one falls apart with that because that also had those like reshoot issues with like the Timothy Oliphant Laurie Metcalf thing at the end of that movie is so clumsy. That's
It
really-
is, but I still love it. But I think that's just because I am a huge fan of Timothy Oliphant.
I mean, none of that criticism was about Timothy Oliphant. It had everything to do with all the weird rewrites that script had.
Yeah.
The
Oh no, it's Ben
creep
Stiller's stunt double again.
What is it with Nev Campbell and going into bathrooms and shit happening to her?
Right? Holy crap.
Damn it, though, I love her so much. Fuck, she's so awesome.
Oh, just chill with your Canadian love, all right?
Oh my god, it's so true. If I met her, I'd be like, "You're Canadian, I'm Canadian. Will you sign my Scream movie?"
Do you do that to every Canadian celebrity?
Oh, she pretty much
Yeah,
does.
it is. Yeah, that's what Canadians fucking do, Thomas. Okay, we don't have much,
Oh,
so
this
whatever
is,
we
this
have,
is
we hold
really
on
dumb.
to.
I
Let's
really
go play
hate this.
hockey. Hey,
Hey, oh, what does she have there? Is that a taser? The
Pepper
fuck is
spray.
she? Oh no!
Like, this is another thing that makes no sense without the reveal.
I know.
Yeah, like why would she hide
Why is
like
she
that?
hiding in there? On standing
And
on
why
top
she
of
have
it?
all
She
those
in
fucking
costume?
So just in universe now, it's just like, oh no, that was all natural for her.
Yeah, she's just crazy.
She's a crazy bitch. Okay, that's cool. And she has a cell phone and a costume.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have to be an extra in Spice World. I have to leave.
We should do a commentary on that next.
Spice World? No, I won't even sign up for that. No. No, sorry.
Oh, come on, I'd sing all the songs and everything.
No, that's fine. No, I'm good. You can do that by yourself.
Friendship never ends until now, Scott. This is where friendship ends.
This is where it ends.
Why again? To go back to why did she pick her feet up and stand on the toilet? I don't understand.
Yeah, weird. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
you
a
know
re-
what, dude? I got it. She was going to upper deck the toilet.
Solved.
That's what it
Yeah,
was.
and she
It was
comes
like,
in here.
fuck this movie. She's going to upper deck the toilet.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I don't know
This-
what upper deck means.
You take a shit in the
You
in the
shit
toilet
the
tank.
Oh,
That
what
way
is
anytime
wrong
you
with you
flush
guys?
it-
to transition from that beautiful comment, this is my favorite sequence of the movie.
We
I
thank God
really
for
love
Thomas 'cause he's
This
classy.
whole conceit, like that she's like haunted by her past, and she's literally going on to this exact recreation on the
Yeah,
set.
that is really cool.
Sort of like the weird PTSD of it. Because it like adds so many layers of like, oh, she's on this artificial version of what was already like a weird artificial situation where she was being manipulated and gaslighted. I love all this stuff.
Now, what if her boyfriend was here in image? Like, not actually, but she just hallucinated him.
Skeet
Would that
Ulrich's just
be-
like,
yeah.
boom.
Yeah, like, well, no, but like if she saw him in like blood and shit, like I'm coming for you, Sydney, I'm coming for you.
Well, that's
that
another
have
thing.
had it?
Like another like the original ending for the killer. It was gonna be somehow Matthew Lillard survived, and he was like,
Oh, that I would have loved.
that would have been fucking awful though, because that makes even he had electrocuted by a fucking TV.
I know, but I would still loved it just because it's Matthew Lillard.
Well,
No,
it
I
wasn't
love
even that he
Matthew
got
Lillard.
electrocuted by TV. It was an old-ass, big-ass tube TV.
Yeah, he
That
got a
shit
skull
his
crushed.
head. Yeah.
Man, tube TVs were scary.
I,
That shit was real.
Adam, did you go to that Motor City Nightmares when Matthew Lillard was there? Was that the one that we met at?
No, I was not at that one. No.
Oh man, he
That
was.
the year. I think that was the same year Romero was there, and I didn't go to that one.
Man, he was such a character being there. Just like he was dancing with people and stuff. It was
Yeah, I
hilarious.
heard he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
And also, if you like, I compared some.
Hey,
of the
there's a
stuff to the
Creed
original
poster.
Scream. Yeah, there's Creed, of course.
Yeah.
Clearly from 1996. But I
Arms
love
wide
is that,
open.
like, it's an exact like recreation of the original room. Like if you
Yeah.
look and compare, like so much credit to the set designers because they destroyed the
Yeah.
sets, obviously, and it looks like exact double image.
And I love how they're replaying what happened in that scene. Like she's reliving it. I think
Yeah,
that's
she's
a really
so fucked up from it. I mean, I do like that she's got PTSD a little bit, which you normally, I mean, naturally you probably would, I would
Yeah.
imagine. But then,
like
I
how
mean,
could you not, right?
yeah, it's just.
And was that craft service table still full of food, even though the
Yeah,
whole
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Right.
Well, they just left it. They're like, nah, it's fine. We'll get
what a
it
waste
later.
of food.
That would have been the scary
Scott
thing to me.
Stapp's gonna
Just
say
like wasted food.
Scott
No.
Stapp, give her strength. My shiny strength.
Oh my god, would you guys hate me if I told you I actually
Yes.
like Creed?
Do you
Oh,
well,
yeah,
like
no,
them
I'm not
still?
Well,
Canada,
if their
Canada.
song comes on the radio, I'll listen to it.
With
Like,
all-
I wouldn't go see them in concert, but like I don't hate them.
I'll show you. I'll show you.
I like Hard Wide Open.
That's your curling team's anthem.
That is. You know what? I really wish you would make fun
Oh,
of my
shit.
culture.
This is-
Adam, you're not getting invited back on now.
Oh no! Look at all those food.
I know, all the food wasted once again.
Oh man,
For the second time.
Oh,
that's
she's
even
wasted
more bad.
Wow.
I love that too. Also, it's just like these nachos. Ugh, take the nachos.
It reminds me of that creature from the Black Lagoon meme. Fuck this and fuck that.
Oh no,
Fuck
he's
this.
everywhere.
See, and
She's
this
running
is
back
the
up
only
the stairs again.
right. It's the only
Oh,
thing that
man.
makes sense that there are two killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh,
I would
dear.
have started climbing down, actually. I just
I
used the
probably would have too. I would have tried to jump for the bed.
Well, I get this. I mean, but you throw him onto the bed. When you try to throw him so he hits the floor?
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
At
I would
least.
jump on the bed. He's like, damn it.
Now I gotta run back upstairs again. This is exhausting.
So this is right. This part coming up is the part where it's like, okay, yeah, there's obviously two killers.
Yeah.
And she's screaming for Dewey.
Because clearly he didn't come back up the stairs. Yeah.
Sigh.
I know. Mother will protect you from the boogeyman. Good Lord.
This part I did find really fucking stupid. I won't lie.
Hide in mommy's bed.
It's
Fucking-
so dumb.
It's so stupid.
Though I think Nev Campbell sells it well. But
she's
it's a
trying.
dumb. She's trying, but it's a dumb scene. But she tries.
And the voice of her mother reminds me of Pamela Voorhees.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. So clearly that's the second killer, right? It was laying there under the sheet.
Yeah.
But no.
That would
Right.
be Emily Mortimer and/or Scott Foley.
Right. But this one's a ghost.
He's kind of useless, and then he comes running. He's like, "Oh fuck!" And why is his gimp gone all of a sudden?
I don't know. He was kind of gimp running when he was
Yeah,
He's
but
a
running
the-
bit
towards her.
gimpy.
But I don't know. I think that's the thing with Dewey. He's almost always like useless, but he's always there.
Yeah, it's true.
Every movie, he's always like just shows up at the last minute, but he like never actually does anything heroic for the most part.
And that was a good mimic in the scary movies. You know, that's probably what made those movies, well, the first one at least, so funny. Because they really
the
did
first
capture his character. I liked all of them, but I have the, sense of humor of a 10-year-old boy, so it doesn't take much to make me
Nothing
laugh, so.
still beats Chris Elliott in 2.
No.
Chris Elliott in 2 is the height. Of
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
dude, no, he's the best.
The
Yeah.
potatoes.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm gonna fucking lick it.
I fucking love Chris Elliott.
I love how people are wearing sunglasses indoors on this set. That makes me laugh. Like, why the fuck would you have sunglasses
I
on?
wear my sunglasses indoors.
Hey, a
They're like-
Canadian as well, Corey Hart.
That's true. Yes.
I don't know that you should celebrate that one.
Hey, we take what we can get, Adam.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, I also love, like, in comparison to, like, Patrick Warburton, these sunglasses are way too big for Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
They make his head look
Way too
so
big.
small.
They should have swapped glasses.
Exactly.
And she's still wearing the same outfit for the entire, like, it feels like 3 days that she has the same outfit on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're constantly getting chased. You don't have time to change.
I guess, right? That probably makes the most sense.
Though, Gail Weathers will probably at least switch into like 4 different outfits before this is over.
Right. You're right. The two of them together is great. His shirt is way too big for him.
That's that era of style. I used to wear shirts like that.
That's true, yeah.
Of course you did.
You shush. Well, I mean, look at the style we wore. I mean, we had Jinko jeans that were basically dresses.
Uh-oh. They're going to lay it out.
I'm from Wayland Industries. Nice to meet you.
I do like the fake Terminator robot in the back.
Yeah.
Oh. This is just like, I'm not telling you anything. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit. All right, I'll tell you everything. Yeah, I know. Uh-huh. Good talk. See you at the party. See you at the party, Richter.
And he's ostensibly supposed to be Harvey Weinstein.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Like in this
Yes.
scenario, yeah. Which, as it comes up later about like the whole orgies and all that other crap.
I do like this. That's a great delivery.
Obsessed with her and obsessed with her. Yes.
Just
Yes,
the overacting lines I love from her.
They're great.
And even the point where she's shaking off, like, oh, I went so
Yeah.
big with that.
I got into character really well right there. I was so Gale.
Courtney Cox is so skinny here. They just showed a full body shot. Oh my god. She's skinny.
And she's got to compete with Aniston all the time.
Oh, I know, right? Who can eat the less? I ate air today only.
I ate air.
Hot take, I always found Kudrow the most attractive.
Yeah, because she looked like she ate.
She looked like a human being, yes.
Yeah,
she was
she looked
funny.
normal.
You were like,
She was the one that was funny.
right?
And I loved her in Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Oh, of course, yeah. I would argue she's had the more interesting post-Friends career of any of the
Yes.
other friends. She's the only one that's done, like, interesting stuff to me.
Yes, I would agree. Except for Scream movies. Because Courtney Cox is the best because she was in Scream.
I mean, these are all
Alright.
valid arguments. I can't compete.
Calm your fangirlness.
I know, right? It's so bad.
That would be me with Dick Miller, though.
And listening to him be like, things got out of hand. We fucked her and raped her. You know, shit happened.
Right? Yeah, that's the thing. This is all being made, especially right under the
Yes.
Weinstein's nose. Like, I
Right.
give the movie a lot of credit for managing to do all this at
Yeah.
this particular time. When that was all, like, out in the open and nobody just gave a shit.
Yep. When it was like, that's just what you did.
It's
Yeah.
the casting couch, whatever.
Yeah, it's okay.
So freaking messed up.
I do find it a little cheesy that she's still wearing her boyfriend's necklace. I don't know about. I get it, but
Well, I mean, it's a memory of him. She accidentally killed him, so like she feels guilty, so she wants to wear it. I forgive her.
yeah.
He sang Partridge Family to her in the middle of that cafeteria. And
I think I love you. Isn't that
It's
what
true.
life is made of?
I
And
hate that
Patrick
scene in that
Dempsey's like,
movie.
I can make you love again. Look at my hair. You could be with me and my hair.
But see, I love that scene actually, Thomas.
Scott wants
And
to
I'm the guy
raise
that likes a
that
good
scene.
musical number, but that's my line.
I'm a sucker for musicals.
Scott's just a romantic. He's like nice and shit.
He's
I
nice.
do
It
like
makes me
the
romantic.
I underline. Like, I killed her. Oh, I killed her.
You get haunted. This is pretty. The delivery here is a little cheese. Did Adam
Oh,
fall asleep?
sure. No, my neighbor's dog was going crazy.
I'll say it was either that or you're doing another Chug video.
No, that'll be after.
What's in Scream 3? It's chugging the beer.
This is so fucking stupid.
And
This
Adam,
is
you'd be
all so stupid.
But
You'll be
Adam,
so
you
proud
can't
of me,
shoot
Adam.
ghosts, though.
you'd be so proud of me, Adam. I'm drinking a White Claw just for you, buddy.
Dude, I bought a 6-pack of that shit, drank one of them, and gave the rest of them to my neighbor.
I
But here you go.
love them. I blame Heather. She bought them when she came to visit for the first time, and I fell in love with them since then.
That says a lot.
Yep. She's turned me into the basic white girl.
See,
Just
and
look
this
at
is
him.
another good. This scene is another good example of like her kind of like taking all that inherent misogyny that was thrown at her and making it force her to be like, "Oh, my mother was terrible," as opposed to like, "No, your mother is not
was
terrible."
horribly taken
Oh.
advantage of, and
Yeah.
she had emotional and mental problems.
Yeah.
Although,
Don't just don't finish that sentence.
No,
I wouldn't
no,
finish
no.
that sentence.
no. What she does to the Roman character, like what he said she did to him, that's kind of effed up.
Kind of.
So I'll give it that. Like, I'd be pissed at her too if I was him. I don't know that I'd go as far as he does.
Right.
That's still.
Yeah, totally.
My mom doesn't love me. I'm going to arrange for her to get murdered.
And
I
then I'm
do-
going to murder everybody else.
I do like him. I know you guys don't, but I
Then I'm
do.
going to be on a bunch of shitty procedural dramas for the next 15 years.
And also Scrubs at one point.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Because that's me.
Well,
He
and
looks-
Heather, I did like him. Like I like him before he does the turn.
Well,
I think it does a great job.
It's a big problem for me of like they end up making him retroactively like the guy who inspired Matthew Lillard and even Skeet Ulrich and all this other stuff. Like, oh, he's been the mastermind this whole time, which I'm never a fan of in these movies where it's like, oh, retroactively everything's different. That's some Rise of Skywalker bullshit, honestly.
Oh, I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker yet.
We can't wait for that commentary.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't really have to watch that. I'm telling you right now. Don't even bother.
After The Last Jedi, which I actually enjoyed, I was just like, I think this is where I need to stop.
We're not going to get into a Star Wars discussion on the internet right now, but
Actually, did you know that the original droid game was?
They were much better, and then the Star Wars isn't Star Wars and Star Trek the same thing?
Oh no!
Exactly.
I'm just
No,
kidding.
you're right.
I'm just kidding.
I love Spock's lightsaber.
The Vulcan lightsaber.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're drinking. This is my kind of party.
Yeah, I like when Gandalf told Kirk to use the Force.
You know what's wrong about this
What is
scene?
that
They would
weird?
all be doing fucking blow. They would not
Right.
be drinking fucking champagne. They'd be doing coke and shit.
Yeah, they would be doing the total Hollywood drug.
Fucking
I don't know
Hollywood
what kind of parties you're used to going to, but none of my friends ever do blow at parties.
yeah.
But we're talking about Hollywood parties.
That's true. No, Adam's elaborate Hollywood lifestyle, I'm aware of, yeah.
Yeah, you guys, I had a life before this, you know.
No, you didn't. Shut up.
Several
You
lives.
were born and then put onto a podcast. There was no life before this.
That's not true. And I appreciate the insinuation. Like, I can't. It's at this point, when I first saw this, I was so checked out already that now it's like getting here is just a chore. Now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, cool. All right. Oh, yeah, we still got like a fucking half hour.
Again, the movie should have been shorter.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, they drug out this like big
that
time.
as well, that the movie is too long, and I really am learning that now doing a commentary about it. As much as I love it, yeah. Though I do like these two characters together wandering around the house, how they split up, and he's carrying the champagne bottle or whatever it is. I think that's clever.
Well, if you notice, they did it perfectly where he goes off with her, and then whatever the character's name goes off with, Jesus Christ, I can't even remember even his name at this point. Her. Clearly, they were supposed to kill the other, Clearly, it was set up that they were both the killers.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just drives me fucking nuts that they just didn't commit to it. Then they just do this. Oh, just awful.
Do we know why they did that, or do we never find out why?
Well, no, I mean, what Adam's saying is like in the original ending
That's
idea
what I
where
mean.
it's
Like, why did they change the ending?
oh, I think because it's like the Weinsteins were like kind of famous for this, especially even at this time, where it was just like, oh, hey, we got like change script pages on the day. Scream 2 had this problem a lot too, of just like, oh, we gotta like make the twist more interesting or surprising to like match up to the first movie.
Yep, and they probably wanted to switch it up to just a single killer just to throw everybody off.
Right.
And like, I like how these special effects look like shit you would find in a cheap haunted house.
Well, they're like
that's
Roger.
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like but it's like Roger Corman type of shit. That's how I took. He made a bunch of B horror movies, C-level horror movies.
Right,
He's got
right. Which is
pumping them out.
he's a bit also analogous to Roger Corman, which is weird. Roger Corman would agree to be a cameo in this movie for a movie that insinuates like this character is a combination of him and Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, right.
They probably just Roger Corman will kind of do anything for
Oh,
publicity. though.
what?
Yeah,
He has so much
It's-
pride. No.
And I'll say it's so weird because you look back at his history of films, like with Vincent Price and stuff, and they're like masterpieces, and then you just get what you get now.
Oh, for God's sakes! The killer would just
to be-
he would
in
just
between-
leave that shit in that closet.
To be fair, in between any of those movies, he would also do like 5 pieces of schlock that no one remembers.
Oh, that is very true.
How many Scream like there's oh wow, look at that.
Well, I mean, we saw that production and how there were like 3 racks full of them.
Yeah, you're right.
that
Jeez,
fucking
pay
voice
attention.
changer. That voice changer is the stupidest shit.
I love that shit.
Oh,
My God, do I love it so much.
I love
Well,
like the
let's-
normal
I'm
one, but
curious.
this one.
Right. I'm curious as to why you like this particular version of it or can imitate anybody's voice, Heather.
I just thought and this is probably nostalgia talking, I just thought it was really cool that he was able to capture everyone's voice with being the director and take revenge on everyone. It's a very simplistic reason why I liked it. I just thought it was clever. Now watching it in like a 37-year-old eyes, it's not that impressive. But when I was young, and I think it's just stayed with me, this is definitely a movie that I have complete bias over. Like, my bias is showing completely.
Yeah, but that's me with Gremlins too.
Yeah, that's you with everything that you like, Scott. You don't.
But that's a masterpiece. You know this.
See, that's because Thomas and I are twins in that.
Whatever. Thomas is my new best friend. Him and Adam like me more. So.
Oh, bird.
Guys, stop fighting over me. It's fine.
We're actually gonna get friendship bracelets, the three of us, Scott. I didn't want to say anything, but.
I feel so not included.
Okay, here comes another really stupid bit.
This is stupid.
Yes. Where one particular detail of it is extremely stupid, considering the pulse thing earlier.
Yeah. So bad too.
Oh my god. Oh, I better check his pulse. Better check it. Totally dead. Totally dead.
Totally dead. I took it long enough to totally know whether he was dead or not.
I mean, unless he stopped his blood flow.
Like, it's so bad.
He's just great at learning how to play dead.
I do love the houses that they use, though. The houses are quite nice.
No, yeah, this is a great example of like an elaborate Hollywood home.
Absolutely.
And once again, she was hiding behind the. Yeah, she was totally supposed to be a murderer.
Yeah, that knowing that, this is totally how it should have played out.
I love this line.
I love her run. Her run is so bad.
Oh my god, her run is hilarious. Oh my god, I'm running. Oh no!
Sam, this is the reshoot.
Yeah, it would have made more sense with her being the killer. Absolutely. Or one.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have stuck with the two killers.
Why would they run back? What do they want to see?
I do love this Disney Channel scream here.
Oh my god.
It's your Disney sitcom.
Totally Disney Channel. He's so bad.
And see, he still has his limp.
Oh my goodness.
He just gets knocked out.
He barely hits him. This guy is the best, so.
Oh no, yeah, he has the best line in the movie coming up.
Yeah. And at least he tries something.
And he also has my favorite death of the movie coming up as well.
Yep.
Because it's so unique for the Scream franchise.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't remember his death, so it'll be a nice surprise.
At least he was smart enough to run. I don't know who he's yelling police to, but
All right, but here comes the best line when he's walking down the stairs.
Oh man.
Oh, you motherfucker!
You motherfucker! I love that bit.
Fucking good.
Oh.
Oh.
Crack. Great. I love that.
That's not his death, though.
That is basically his death, and then he gets thrown out after this point.
I always thought maybe he lived. Somehow he landed.
No, he's like an extra body the whole finale of the movie.
Yep.
He does not get up.
Yeah, he doesn't get enough to stay alive.
Yeah.
And then this is another additional thing I like. That's he has a creepy back door, weird wine cellar / eventually two-way mirror creepy thing.
A creepy rapist area.
Creepy, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
It's a creepy let me watch someone get undressed or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
I did love this scene. I thought she sold it well.
I mean, if you want to see a similar situation, but the whole movie, I would definitely recommend Bad Times at the El Royale. Has a lot of this.
Does it really?
That movie,
yes.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. Very underrated movie.
That's one I've actually had on my list to watch for a while.
Yeah, it's good, man. I liked it too.
I remember thinking she was going to make it, and then he
Me
just
too.
didn't.
Right
Yeah.
there.
And she didn't. And I was like, no.
Because you wanted her to. By the end of the movie, you want her to.
Really wanted
Yeah.
make it, right?
R.I.P. best character in the movie. We knew you
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, pretty much like once again, it's just back to the original cast.
Yep.
And that just disappoints me about the third too, to be honest. Or sorry, the fourth too.
No, that's what I honestly love about the fourth movie is that movie is entirely like it's a subversion of sort of like the legacy sequel thing before that was a thing. Because it's basically like, oh, we're going to introduce all these new characters and clearly have scenarios for the old ones to die and pass the torch, but all of the new characters die. Like, I love that element of that movie.
I do love the ending scene in the fourth.
Yeah, I will, like, for this one, I wish there would have been, like, at least one of the main characters dying for this one.
Would a director really have all these props in his basement? Like, I know you guys were saying earlier, like, is that really a thing?
Maybe.
Some might.
Maybe.
I mean, if he was like a Roger Corman producer, where it's like we gotta reuse this shit like every fifth movie.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, a lot of well, I guess it doesn't matter because he's a director. But like special effects guys, they got all this shit in their house, like for sure.
Yeah, this would be like Tom Savini's house.
Did you watch the Tom Savini documentary?
Yep.
This is his house. Like, legitimately, basically. Gaudy as fuck with a bunch of weird shit everywhere.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
David Arquette's face looks always like he's so surprised.
Right.
I'm gonna watch that documentary. I'm gonna watch that David Arquette documentary that's playing the festival rounds right now.
Is there really a David Arquette documentary?
Yeah, he's back in professional wrestling.
Is he really?
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, it looks fucking wild.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I was shocked when I found out he did wrestling.
You Can't Kill David Arquette or something like that.
That's one of the few wrestling facts I know is about the WCW thing, which is so stupid.
Oh, gun.
Was he in WCW? Or
yeah, he won he was the heavyweight champion, dog. Come on.
Well, I never watched any WCW, so just to be clear.
Get your fucking head out of your ass.
Okay, not to get away from wrestling, we'll talk about that off air. But do you think he meant to keep these two alive at the end? That was his plan?
To draw them
why
out,
would
to
he
draw
throw the knife at him and know, like, that could have stabbed him in the middle of his fucking head or hurt him?
Oh, he's clearly he's an expert knife thrower.
Well, it makes me wonder if it was one of the prop knives too.
Right? Okay.
I guess if you throw, as far as I know, I'm not saying I'm exactly a learned knifesman, but you can, depending on how you throw the blade, you can control whether it hit handle or point.
Okay.
And plus, it's dewy, so like a brief gust of wind would push him.
And somehow he'd break his arm and his leg.
Oh no! Oof.
Oh, look, there she is. Oh no, he's been obsessed with her.
Whoa!
It's always highlighted shit. I love it. Back in the day when people actually kept files, now everything would be on a hard drive.
So you think like later on when he's like at her house, she's like, "Hey, let's watch a movie." She'd be like, "Hey, why'd you have that folder about me?" Like, why? Like, I know you're investigating like fucking policemen, but also ew.
It's like, why were you a red herring in this movie? Come on.
Look at my hair. Oh, that's a good point.
You're so beautiful. Never mind. I forget everything.
I forget everything. Your hair has hypnotized me.
Yeah. I love this shit so much.
Oh, Heather, you are just making me smile with your giddiness.
Oh my god, you should see me.
It's
I'm like, yeah!
it's literally just steadily going downhill.
Shh, Adam, why you gotta be such a hater?
Oh, it is. Shit is just sliding right downhill.
Look, this is now Independence Day. What was it?
Resurgence.
I wasn't Resurrection.
It's the same thing.
Don't run. I will watch this over Independence Day Resurgence any day.
See?
That's not saying much.
Would you watch this over Halloween Resurrection?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I like Halloween Resurrection.
I'd rather see Buster Rhymes ninja kicking.
I love Buster Rhymes too.
But this doesn't have like Tyra Banks and like 60K fucking like resolution for like shit where they're watching.
I agree. We should do that as an next. Let's just do commentaries this point going forward. Only commentaries. There's no
Welcome to Friday night commentaries.
Yeah,
I would love to actually. That'd be a lot of fun. Just do like random like sequel movies and stuff like that.
Halloween Resurrection, here we come.
Oh God!
Look how sad it
treat,
is.
motherfucker.
But see, they show the vest That's good. I didn't pick that up the first time I saw this movie.
It's so subtle.
I know. Right? As I'm watching it, I'm like, wow, Heather, good move.
Oh, don't lie, Heather. You just caught on now.
Yeah, I did. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. I just caught on now.
I forgot how big her teeth are.
They're huge.
Yeah.
They're Canadian. They're Canadian teeth.
Yeah, they're Canadian teeth. We have big mouths here.
Yep.
She looks back. I better put on this vest. Oh no, never mind. What else does she grab?
Oh shit.
She's robbing him.
She's like, I found this shit.
I gotta find that hair gel. That immaculate hair gel.
The blow. Oh,
Grab
no.
that little
I'm
mini
gonna
pistol.
go out. I'm going out rich.
Man, I completely forgot that she was barely in this movie. That is crazy.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
realize how little she's in it.
Yeah.
She's got that jacket back on.
They try and weirdly make her like the emotional core of the movie, but also like a supporting character. So
pretty
it's just
cool
so
what they did,
weird.
actually. I love that pool. I just think about
I was just gonna say, I want that pool.
by the pool right now.
I really hope Dion Richmond got a lot of money to just sit there on the fucking ground.
Right.
Please don't tell me she checks his pulse.
He's also dead. I'm checking my pulse. Oh, I think I'm a goner.
Oh
Oh
no!
shit! I died like 10 minutes ago.
How long have I actually been here? Whoa!
Oh.
This is so fucking just. The other leg.
Egg.
Okay.
The other leg too. She's like, "Fuck you, asshole."
Fuck you, Mojo Jojo, you piece of shit.
Stupid fucking monkey.
All right,
Just wait
here's
till the
my-
Powerpuff Girls get here.
Dude, I mean, and how much longer does this fucking thing have? Like, honestly.
It's like another 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it is. I think it's
Enjoy.
another 20 minutes.
I think it's another 20 minutes with us.
Exactly.
Well, it's not that. It's another 20 minutes of this fucking movie that should have been over 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, it should have ended. I agree. I agree. It goes on for too long.
Yeah, this one drags in so many scenes. Like, I would be bored out of my mind if we weren't doing it with a commentary.
Shut up, Scott.
Well,
The scene that's real.
well, it was not to mention, like... No, go ahead, Heather.
No, go ahead, Thomas. I'm just harassing Scott.
Well, same old, same old.
Yeah.
I just also, like, even as, like, a horror fan with sort of, like, the satire that's going on here, it's way more of, like, a bad Hollywood satire. So you don't really get even much of, like, the commentary on actual, like, fucking horror movie tropes or anything like that.
It's your turn to
I
scream.
love that line. I love
asshole.
that line. It's your turn.
I don't
to
mind that line either. I
So
think
when-
it's cute.
I
It's like
was in the movie theater. Okay, it was a sold out movie theater. I think it was opening weekend. This kid comes in out of nowhere at the back of the theater in the middle of the screen and yells, Stan, your mom is here. And everyone turns around and the usher comes in and grabs this kid.
Stan,
Stan.
Stan.
It was the funniest shit ever. Oh my god. And that's when movies actually sold out back in, like, not now.
Well, not now, no.
But even now, when I go to movies opening weekend, unless it's something like it, no one's
I
in the
mean, I
theater.
would figure if you go right now, they're pretty empty.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, Thomas. Thank you.
It'd be very lonely in there. You're just sitting there watching a dark screen.
Where's everybody? He's like, look, I have beautiful hair. You have beautiful hair. Put it down.
Have you
It-
seen
ignore
how this
how-
hair has not moved once?
Ignore how terribly I hold a gun.
And here goes that smile. Like, what is that about?
Oh no! Oh, he sacrifices himself for her.
No, he doesn't. He lives.
Well-
This is all for nothing. What does anything mean anymore?
Adam's like just questioning life in general now at this point.
We're at that point in
Fucking
stream
movie did that to
commentary.
me.
What is the point of life? Why am I even here?
I mean, I would rather watch this over like a Last House on the Left, either of the two fucking Hills Have Eyes movies Wes Craven made. Like I go there. Even like like it's weird. This is also his follow up to Music of the Heart, by the way.
Is it really?
Classic. Ah, yes. The genre classic.
I love
within.
this ending scene though. This is so good.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't mind this chase and everything. My issues come when we start getting to the explanation.
I love that part too. I love all of it.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to why you're wrong, Heather.
I don't care if I'm wrong. I love it.
We love you, Heather. It's all right if you're wrong
trying
once
to
in a
find
while.
the magical book, and she
Right?
finds it.
Yeah.
Was this Houdini's house before this?
No, I mean it's clearly the house of a sex pervert. Who's
Yeah.
going to, like, hide in different places.
Yeah, because that's what sex perverts do in their own house.
Rich fucking
what I
ones. Like, I'll bet you Harvey Weinstein had like this elaborate creepy setup. He's rich and creepy enough.
I just wish they would have used a candle, kind of like in Young Frankenstein. Put the candle back.
There we go.
The spooky sheep. The ghost of your mother, Sydney.
I'm waiting for Alec Baldwin and or Gina Davis to pop
Yeah.
But now she finds out the truth.
Where she gets her fucking strength back. Like this is just. Oh my god.
It's amazing. It is amazing.
Heather, stop drinking. No.
But wait a second here. So he's already said he's like 30, right? The character, he's supposed to be 30. How old
Around
is she supposed to be in this?
Oh, probably 25, 26?
So her mom was doing all that shit in Hollywood like 5 years before she married her dad, changed her name, settled down, got pregnant.
Yeah, it could be possible. It could.
It's possible.
I mean, that's the least of the problems with this.
Yeah, I
Fucking
was
explain
gonna be like,
it.
Adam, that's not really the biggest issue.
All right. I'll go fuck myself. Don't worry.
I mean, it is just more that like he is about to just say that, like, oh, I completely made all this happen. But I do also like this. He has to explain who he is because she looks like she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She's like, who are you again?
With his stupid, fat, sweaty face. I just don't like him. Something about him, I don't like him. And it's not because of this. Well, it might be, to be honest. Mommy.
I do like how this ties into the first. I like that he was the one that shared the footage with Billy and Stu, or Billy, and then he got Stu involved.
I really do not like that. I think that's just an example of like doing some like Anakin built C-3PO retconning.
I agree.
Because it feels like, oh, we have to like make this mean something so huge, and it feels just like, oh, we're gonna like, I think, deplete a lot of like the interesting ideas, like, because in the original one I like is like they just kind of come up with that on their own because they're too fucking like, oh, we're totally popular kids, but it turns out we just have like sick ideas of like what we should fucking do with our time.
Shitty home lives.
See, I'm of the opposite. I like the idea that he was the mastermind the entire time. He was wronged as a child. He grew up. He found these two fucking doofuses. He was able to convince them to do this murder, and he set it all up. I like that.
It just seems like way too implausible for me.
That's fine. I'm right.
I agree. So you got to figure they were like what, supposed to be 17 or 18 in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and then like, but
So
and
he's
this
like
guy, and he would have
22
been,
years old.
and he's able to mastermind all that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. You know what? Everyone's different, Scott, and they have different abilities.
And it really just like
he's not an X-Man.
Right.
Well, and I think it really lessens like the Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard characters because it makes like their like sort of idea to hatch this thing feel like, oh, we're being manipulated by some guy who's like one of the least interesting killers in this whole franchise.
I think he's the most interesting killer. I love this tie-in, and I always will, and I will defend it till the day I die. I think
that's Heather.
I mean,
I don't care if you guys agree or not. I think it is one of the best tie-ins. I agree with what Thomas is saying. I do think it takes away from the original two, but it makes him the mastermind and a director. And he even says it at the beginning. But that's my personal preference, right? Like, I love it, and probably nothing will ever change that.
But I do actually, to give it credit, I do like the idea that part of this sort of like weird revenge is over the whole thing of like, oh, this producer horribly like raped and sexually assaulted and just like completely ruined the
Yeah,
lives.
he's getting like
So
the
he's going to this full like over the top extent. That's why I'm saying like if we emphasize so much more on that, this would be so much more of an interesting movie.
If this movie was made in 2020, it probably would have been.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
but
yeah.
made in 2000, and that's why.
Yeah.
Mommy dearest.
And apparently, this wasn't supposed to be as elaborately over the top as it was either in the original shot ending. Like she was going to incapacitate him quickly, and it was going to get to like the ending of the movie.
Yeah, they always drag this shit out, right? Longer than.
Yeah, it goes way too long, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how like every one of these movies, the killers just kind of go like off the wall when they start explaining why they're doing things.
I do love her comment back to him, though. I think she's funny.
Doesn't take him a lot, does it?
No.
No.
I mean, he seemed like such a stable person before this happened, right?
Yeah, but I say, like, even his whole ideals, like, she just starts saying shit. It's like, you could tell it's challenging him. Like, oh, no.
I like how she finds everything in the world.
If he's
to throw at them.
conflicted 10 victims in, then there's a
Right.
These Hollywood people, I swear, can't even commit to your murder sprees.
How does he miss her, though, with that knife? Like, come on.
Because she's Sidney Prescott.
Yep.
Acting?
She is the ultimate final girl.
Oh, boy. Dude,
I have
she would be
one
so
story
knocked the
for
fuck
you
out
guys.
already.
I mean, so would he. He's had like so much
That's
like
true.
glass and shit over his head.
Trauma, yeah.
Yeah.
Neither
Well-
one would still be going.
Randy already explained in a little while ago that he's like Superman. It takes a lot to take him out, guys.
Oh, believe me.
Oh, Dewey's yelling
Oh.
through the door. He's trying to save her.
There is one bit of this climax I like, and it almost kind of feels like it's the better version of a twist from a recent Hollywood like horror movie reboot. That's coming up in a second.
Oh my goodness. That's a little cheese. Oh boy.
He's got his cowboy derringer.
And his hair is still perfectly in place.
Yep, the hair has to be perfect. He went over into the bathroom to make sure his hair was coiffed before. he did
Right.
this.
Let me check my hair first. Oh no!
Got him.
You got knocked the fuck out.
Oh my goodness. So when this happened in the theater that I went to opening weekend, everyone stood up and started applauding. Like
Really?
everybody, yes, everyone stood and started cheering when she got shot. And I
Wow.
remember being like, but I'm sad.
Why would they
whole
cheer for that?
People cheered when she got shot. It was the craziest shit.
That is weird.
It's almost as if men are misogynistic and shitting.
Right?
Except for Tom.
I'm such a good boy.
Oh, but somehow I'm labeled one of the shitty ones? Thanks, Heather.
But
Tampa.
but
Take
this
it
is
easy,
what I
you
was
pig.
this is what I was referencing earlier. I like this idea that like she is pulling like a scream killer against the scream killer.
But she's done that
Just like her.
the past 2 movies. Well, at least the first one, she did the exact same thing.
Well, no, but I like it even here, especially against like this guy who thinks he has it just all under control, director, and all this other stuff. And I like the especially like this version of it. It feels like a way better version of like what Halloween 2018 tried to do
Yeah.
when they have like fucking Jamie Lee Curtis do the whole like I fell out of the thing and all that.
I love the dialogue, and he's running around the room, being like, "Oh no, what do I do now?"
Why are we watching them dial the phones? I mean, let's just.
Yeah, this movie drags out more than it needs to. Though that phone is pretty old school.
Whoa.
Star 69 and everything.
Remember, you had to text, and it would take you 20 minutes to send a text.
I don't even think you could text on those phones.
Not on those, no. Yeah.
No, not a nose.
No.
See, she's not dead because she's motherfucking Nev Campbell.
His fucking mouth.
You got me, Sid. Oh my god! How did I not see that coming?
I think that's the big thing. I hate his mouth. Like anytime he like moves his mouth, it just looks like such a snarky piece of shit.
Yeah.
He does.
Fucking big ass flared nostrils.
There's that too. She could fit the knife up those nostrils.
You gotta admit, this was a good tie-in to end the trilogy.
Nope.
I
don't have to
agree
admit
with
shit.
that.
Yeah.
They really tried to end it here.
Oh no, they definitely tried to end it. And just, it made money, so nothing's gonna stay down.
And I think all of these meta things are handled so much better by Scream 4.
Yeah.
Like all of these, like I think Scream 4 does every single one of these bits. Like
I don't feel that
3 times.
way.
This felt like a spoof of Scream.
In parts, yes, I agree.
Scary movie, yeah.
No, Scary Movie was much. Well,
Scary Movie is way more ridiculous. That there's no getting around that.
Well,
But
isn't also this year that won the Shriek If You Know What I Did?
oh
Yeah.
god, I never even bothered with that
Shriek
one.
If You Still Know What I Did last
Right,
summer,
yeah.
whatever the fuck, yeah. Oh god. Uh-huh.
I love this.
Uh-huh.
I think it's great. And it keeps.
And yet still shooting in the freaking chest.
I mean,
For
it
being a
fits
freaking
Dewey,
cop.
but also I'm just like every one of these jokes, it gets less and less interesting as Dewey does this. Like in
Yep.
these movies.
They
It's
all
like
get some money though off these films. You got to say, the three of them, fuck man, they
Oh, yeah,
definitely
sure.
pulled in the bacon. Nev Campbell probably doesn't have to. Well, who knows how well she spent it? She probably doesn't have to work too hard again.
Yeah, but just because a movie made good amount of money does not mean the movie was good itself.
Yeah, Scott.
Are
need
you
to-
saying? Are
just
you
jealous.
saying that? Are you saying Harvey Weinstein screwed these people out of money? Never.
No.
Never.
Oh,
Heather,
God.
you knew this was coming when I'd be on this.
Now they all live together.
They all have the commune.
Why don't they just make it a nudist colony and get it over with?
Yes, Brett's. It's great. The golden
Yeah,
retriever.
good that she's accentuated that hairstyle. Yeah, add more shit to that.
Oh my god.
I've realized how long this is, Adam. You're right. Thank you for sitting through this with us.
Oh, it's no
Nice.
problem.
Don't worry, Adam's gonna message me later and go, "You're a motherfucker for having me on this one." And somehow I'm gonna get blamed.
Oh, I'm about to challenge you in a minute, fucker.
I need a drink after this.
I like
Yep.
her dress. I do like her outfit.
She's wearing like a slip, like she's in lingerie.
What makes you think I would walk around in that? Nothing's wrong with that. Look at that.
Guys,
ring.
it's the big romantic moment.
Yeah. Oh, they're getting engaged.
We're gonna get engaged so we can get divorced soon, guys.
I destroyed your book because fuck it.
Your book was terrible, Gail. I'm sorry.
I don't read, neither do you, right? That makes this relationship work so well.
For some reason, my forehead wounds have yet to heal.
Yeah, it's true.
Fuck, stop picking at them.
My Wolverine powers aren't nearly as good as they used to be.
Oh my god.
That's why I can't grow a beard, Gail.
Except for my sexy, luxurious mustache.
You're right. Except for my upper lip stash.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is just coffee that's still here from this morning. I'm sorry.
I was eating some poo in the backyard.
Oh my god. Oh, that was good. Oh, fuck. Those
It's
breads
still
are so-
going. It's still
Yeah, it's still going.
going.
I know. It's.
Okay, here she comes with the doggy.
I know. The best part.
Me and you always together.
Can we just acknowledge how good of an actor the golden retriever is?
No, I'm
Look
just
at that
waiting. Like,
dog.
here's the thing. I really want this movie to end where she like looks at the door and then the golden retriever comes up with a ghost face mask. Like that's how it should end.
It really should.
Oh my god.
Or she walks in and Dewey's dressed like Ghostface and Gail's dressed like her mom and they're banging. Like, oh, sorry, this is our thing.
Just like some weird ass.
Don't kink shame us.
Oh yeah, Patrick Dempsey also still here, by the
Yeah,
way.
he's here. Hey, we got a
Live with
scary
you guys
movie.
too, right?
My
hair is perfectly
cool if I live here too. Sweet.
Damn Santa Ana wins.
She's like, I'm not afraid anymore. See, this was supposed to symbolize the series being done.
Last
Right.
line is Patrick Dempsey. The air conditioning is on.
Anyway,
And there it goes.
that was
Oh, yeah.
Scream 3, 2002.
2000.
Sorry, 2000.
Scream
I don't know.
2000.
Scream 2000, directed by Wes Craven. So thank you very much, gentlemen. So I guess we could do ratings. We're part of another commentary show, and on that show we do ratings. So I'll do the courtesy here. We'll do rating out of 10. Obviously 10 being the best and 1 being the worst. So we'll start with Adam.
I will give it a 3. It's a fake number.
And
I
why?
don't think it's the worst Wes Craven movie. I really, really don't. But I don't even put this at average. I just find it very lazy. They took everything they've already done in the first two and just amped it up and tried to make it even more meta than it needed to be, like with the Jay and Silent Bob cameo and all that shit. It's stupid. It's just a stupid fucking movie. And the stakes don't matter. The clearly rewritten ending and reveal, and it's obvious. It's so problematic.
All right. Well, thank you for your opinion. And we're gonna move. We're gonna move on to Thomas. Thomas, what would be your rating?
I would say a 5 out of 10. I think, and it's not because I think it's like an average movie as much as I think it has some of the most daring stuff in the franchise, but also some of the stupidest stuff at the same time. But that still puts it, like, honestly, this series overall head and shoulders over a lot of horror franchises. It's far more consistent than people give it credit for, even with this movie's various problems. I still think it's at least, like, got some curious, daring things that make it especially hold up a lot better than it did before, but you can't deny some of the stuff that I would argue has some, like, big, weird implications on the franchise overall.
Well, thank you, Thomas. And now, Mr. Crawford, what would you give it?
Well, you'll probably be shocked to hear, Heather, but I'm actually going to go with a 6 out of 10.
What the fuck?
As much as I make fun of this movie, I still find entertainment in it. I wish it was about a half hour shorter. A lot of the bad stuff in it, like, just really brings it down for me. But, like, I personally still wouldn't, if I seen it on TV, I would still probably sit there and watch it if I was flipping through channels. And however, I do want to give a second rating. When you're watching it with friends, this is an 8.5 out of 10. Because I had a lot of fun just watching it with people and just joking about the movie itself.
And that even includes Adam.
Yeah. I don't count him as a friend, but he's included.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Crawford, and I will give it a 9 out of 10. More for
Oh,
nostalgia.
what the fuck?
And I don't
yeah, no,
care.
okay. All right. It
I
doesn't
don't
matter. It's your
care if-
opinion.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
Wow.
I do definitely accept the flaws that you gentlemen talked about, but I still love the ending. I love that it's her half brother. I think it's really cool. I do like that she gets shot and then she comes back. It will always stay with me. And whether this is just nostalgia talking, it is, and I accept that and I own it. But I do love
Is this your
this
favorite out of the series?
No, my favorite is the first one.
Okay.
Followed by the second one, followed by the third and fourth one I like equally. Like probably the fourth one I can admit is a better film. Absolutely. But
it's got a nostalgia factor for you. That's
yeah,
all that
for
matters.
me it does, right? But I definitely agree with the faults you guys talked about. I just love it no matter what. And that's just how it is. So I want to thank Double Edge Double Bill for coming on today, and I want to let you guys know that I will be a Patreon member.
You?
Yep,
And
same
I
here.
will be expecting nudes. I mean,
That's
but
when we get our
seriously-
other tiers besides $1. You
Yeah,
need more
right.
than that.
Excellent. But for all of our listeners, if you have not had an opportunity to listen to Double Edge Double Bill, I really encourage you to. Scott Crawford has been on a lot of really great episodes with them, and they go over all different movies, and they're very fair with their rating and their critiquing, and these gentlemen know what they're talking about. So if you haven't had a chance to check them out yet and you like what you heard tonight, please do.
Well, at least Thomas knows what he's talking about. Adam, eh.
Yeah, I just run on pure emotion and things.
That's the dynamic.
Yeah.
Is there
but-
anything else someone wants to add before we end today?
No,
I
I
mean,
think that was good on my end.
We're on the ESO network at Double H
Oh,
Double
shit.
Bill, TV Pod, on Twitter and Facebook. And I also am at Not the Who's Tommy on Twitter, where I just do my little musings and stuff. And yeah, listen to us, and we've had Heather on as well, along with Scott, and we look forward to doing more and more fun episodes in the future.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, guys, again for coming on tonight. Really appreciate having you here.
Thank you.
And you can find us on the Kill the Cast network. Subscribe to Kill the Cast, and you will see the Friday Nightmares episodes pop up there. And we are also Heather and I are also part of It's Not Horror Okay with Android Virus, Nudie, and Mr. Venom. And we actually just did a commentary on Hell Comes to Frogtown, which was a lot of fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I actually my rating actually went up, Heather, just to let you know.
Well, that's good because we can continue to do a show together. So please check out. We may do a couple more commentaries, just over movies that Scott and I like to debate about, and have some other people on just for fun. So thank you for listening to our bonus episode, and unpleasant dreams.